Hello, hello. Hey there, Skinner Farms. Welcome in. All righty. I have to set this one up here so that I can read comments because they disappear on the camera and they're too small for my eyes to see in the first place. And so I can't leave comments on that one either. So I have to have this one all set up too. Yeah, my eyes are green, but all of our cameras that we have around here, none of them actually show my eyes the color that they are. Is that weird? Do y'all have that problem too? Like I am looking like close up on the iPad here, and you cannot tell that my eyes are green. Been waiting on this all week. Well, that could just be considered sad. I'm just picking at you, Josh. Gathered together, Homestead. Welcome in, welcome in. And why do I say that twice? Welcome in, welcome in. Oh, goodness. It has been a rough week, y'all. Woo, always one thing after another. Saying hi to Glenn and Jessica. Which one do we have in here? Glenn or Jessica or both? Oh, goodness. Had to crack me up in a good cold pop before I started this live stream because y'all know I start coughing when I start talking a lot. And I apologize for not having live streams the last couple of weeks, but you know, family situations, things going on. My mom was in the hospital and just a bunch of other things. And then I had talked and talked all day last Friday, and my voice just went out. I had no voice, and it's like, you can't do a live stream if you can't talk. My eyes are brown, so it doesn't matter on my videos how they look. I really can't figure it out though. It doesn't matter the lighting or any of our cameras. It never shows up the right color. Like I can't even, I don't know. It just, even from the screen here, the little screen in front of me, they just look blurry and just a weird color. It's the oddest thing. I see other people with green eyes on their videos, and you can tell that their eyes are green. I don't know why mine doesn't show up like that. It's very odd. But anyhow, yeah, so that's why we didn't do a live stream for the last 2 Fridays. I did miss you all like crazy and definitely wanted to get on tonight and almost didn't get to do this live stream. Mark was out taking care of the animals, and he comes in and he says, "Congratulations." And I'm like, what? And he said, one of your goats is having babies right now. So I had to run out there. And then one of them had gotten in between the wire, and so I had to get it out. But very cute, a little boy and a little girl. She doesn't look like she was going to have any more, so I had to come in and all that fun jazz. Journey along with Shannon in the house. I'm heading to bed, but wanted to stop by for a few minutes. Well, when you do go to bed, you have sweet dreams, Shannon. But yeah, they're the cutest little things, and these goats have tricked me all season this year. Every one of them that I thought would have babies first have been holding out the whole time. The one that had little boy first, and he's actually on 1 or 2 of the videos that I've done. I would have not guessed her to be the first one at all. And actually, I would have guessed that she would have been the last one to have babies, but she didn't, and she only just had the one baby. And then the next one, totally again, I would not have guessed it. And she had a little girl, and it's the prettiest baby ever. She's not on video yet, but she is just gorgeous. And then today, so it was Moon that had baby first, and then Bambi, and then today was Buttercup. And I mean, the other ones are, they're out there huge, like they could explode. And they still haven't had babies. And Buttercup, I was like, I don't know if she even took or not. She's not looking very big. And then she had 2 babies today. And then Mark came in the living room and he said, is one of the pups out? And I said, not that I know of. Why? And he said, well, it sounds like a puppy crying outside of our bedroom window. And I'm like, well, I guess you better go check. And so he went out there and he came back in with 3 baby kittens. The mama had tried to hide them, and let me tell you, she did actually a good job. He had to work to get them out of there, but they were squalling like crazy, and we had an absolute downpour of rain here, and the poor little things were soaking wet and cold, and so we had to, get them all dried up and warmed up and stuff, and they're actually still in here right now. They've all quietened down because they're nice and warm now, but we're going to have to take them back out to their mama. Let's see. So it has been an eventful day. Let's see, what have I missed? I've seen something about a giggle. Do you nervous giggle? No, I just giggle all the time, and I don't know why. And I try to stop it, but it just happens anyway. See, it's not a nervous giggle. It just, I'm just I don't know, an optimistic person, a happy-go-lucky person most of the time. And I can get fired up and mad. Believe me, I can. But normally I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky person, and I just smile and giggle a lot. And I do try to stop. I tell Mark all the time, there I go with stupid giggling again. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Let's see. You have all kinds of babies. Yes. Yes, we had a baby cow born, the first baby cow ever born on the land. And his name is Tips, for sirloin tips. His daddy's name is Texas Roadhouse. His uncle's name was Outback Steakhouse, but you can pretty much guess where Outback went. His mommy's name is Dazzle. She stays. But yeah, he cracked me up today. It was, like I say, pouring the rain, and that baby calf, he took off and running. Oh, he was flying. Them little legs were just taking him as fast as he could go, and apparently he hit some slick mud because he just totally wiped out. I cracked up. He was okay. He got up and everything. But yeah, I am one of those people that if you fall and get hurt in front of me, chances are I will laugh. But while laughing, I will be like, are you okay? I can't help it. My mom does the same thing. Let's see. Same here, making it. I sure missed you last weekend, Kim. Sure hope your mom is doing well. I couldn't picture you ever mad, Kim. Oh, goodness. I can get firing mad. I was born in April. I'm an Aries. Aries are hot-headed as it is. And my name is Kimberly. It can be as sweet as pie, but can be a spitfire. And I am a spitfire. I don't take any crap from anybody. But now I would also talk to a tree if it would talk back to me. So, there is the flip side of me. I'm Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. No, just don't want on my bad side. Yeah, my mom is doing better. She was singing Amazing Grace today. She sang the entire song, and the whole time that she was in the hospital, she did not say a single word to a doctor or nurse, no one. She didn't even say anything to me when I went there. And So the first couple of days home, she was having tongue problems trying to get her words out. But I do a little exercise with her and gets her tongue moving, and then she can, then she'll start talking and stuff. But she was still only saying a few words when you ask her something. She wasn't saying a whole lot. And today, I think that it was Dolly Parton singing Amazing Grace on YouTube or something like that, and she sang the entire song. So I'm like, sing it, Mama. But yeah, she's doing a lot better. Thank you, Shannon. And yes, I wanted to go to the meetup so bad. Like as soon as I seen the video of it, I booked the hotel, had everything worked out. For my cousin, she had said that she would come down and stay with my mom and son and take care of them while we were gone. And I was looking so forward to it. Mark had just enough vacation days left to get down there and go to the meetup and come back home and all of that. And I was like, everybody just pray, nothing goes wrong. And then everything went wrong. And so I missed it. But my mom is so precious that, it's take care of her over anything else. So, but I did really, really want to go. Lyla Newton in the house. Hello, Miss Lyla. Josh says, I was just asking because my whatever you want to call her always giggled or laughed when she got nervous. No, it just happens. I don't know what it is. I've always been that way, I guess. I don't know. It's not a nervous laugh at all. It just happens. Just a giggly person, I guess. I don't know. April what? My niece's birthday is in April too. April the 11th is my birthday. And let's see. Everybody saying hello to Lyla. My cat just jumped on the bed and almost fell off. Did you hear that noise back there? Oh, goodness. She's been very lovey-dovey lately. She's been sleeping right in between me and Mark. It's like weird. She just started doing that stuff last winter. She never slept with us before, but she's getting old. And so she got up in bed with us and we're like, she's old, she can stay. As long as she's not clawing on my comforter or anything. And so she was sleeping at the foot of our bed, and then now she's moved up to right by our heads, sleeping right in between us. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Rondero Adventures in the house. Hello, Ron. Hello. There's did you see that little fruit fly in here? Keep fruit in your house. Something goes bad, and next thing you know, you got them stinking fruit flies. Soap and water, though, kills them. You get clean countertops on top of it because you spray that stuff everywhere trying to get them. You have to clean the mess up. Okay, my niece is on the 14th. I have quite a few family members that were born in April. But yeah, there's I don't. Is she an Aries, Shannon, or does she fall in between? I mean, does she end up in the next one? Because I know that April does split. Part of it is Aries, and part of it is another one. But if she's an Aries, and yeah, she's a little spitfire too, isn't she? Let's see. Spend all the time with her you can, Kim. I lost my mom in March. We weren't close, but if y'all are, do what you got to do before it's too late. I'm sorry to hear about that, Josh. And yes, my mother is so precious to me. She is not just my precious mother, but she's also my best friend, and we'll certainly do everything in our power to help her and love her and be here for her. Let's see. I really love my shirt, sweetie. Thank you again. Oh, I'm so glad. And that Fabulous Friends one is a one of a kind, Lyla. No one else will ever get one just like yours, because it was a royal pain in the butt to get that glitter stuff to stick right. I tell you, it was a battle. And I didn't think I was ever going to get it done. I thought, oh, it's going to mess up on me. Whew. But that one got through, and I'm like, okay. Okay. Hey, I do have to say something though. I had ordered those shirts from Teespring, and I had put them on the links in all my videos, all my newer videos. The link is there for Teespring. And so I had ordered some. And one of them that I got, now I've wore it about 5 times, which means I've washed it 5 times. It just came out of the dryer, and I was looking at it the other day. And it is already peeling. The stuff on it is already coming off. And I'm like, that is crazy to pay that much money for a shirt and wear it 5 times and the stuff coming off of it. So I'm not impressed with Teespring at all. At all. Oh, I'm sporting 2 old people on a couch today. It's the only shirt that I have to go with these shorts that I'm wearing. But we love Mark and Deb over there anyway, so. So sporting 2 old people on a couch. If you haven't checked out their channel, please do so. Let's see. I'm not really sure. She has a temper, so yes, I'm sure. It comes along with Aries. Yes, for sure. For sure. Aries are spitfires. I said, those daily horoscope things. I used to read them all the time just to see how off they were going to be. They were never right for me. Never, not once. And so I would read them just to get a kick out of it, to say, well, let's see how off they are today. But if you look up the horoscopes for like Aries and stuff, it fits me to the T. I mean, like nailed me. But it's funny, the daily and monthly horoscope things are so very, very wrong. I don't know if they just recycle that stuff, or or just say, well, it's going to hit so many people, and it's, maybe their day will actually go like this, but mine never did. Last part is a Taurus. Last part of what? Oh, of April. Yeah, see, I knew it split. I just didn't know what it was next. All right, Skinner in here, putting links in. I think that's everyone. I don't know if everybody else's hits right on or not. I do know a lot of people, they always look at it like, like it's gospel or something. And I always just looked at it, and I always had it sent to my computer every day just to crack up at how off they were. Let me know if I missed someone. Yes. Thank you so much for putting everybody's links in there. Okay, so we got a few good comments today from other channels we want to throw in here. I'm a big comment person. I read people's comments under their videos. Sometimes I comment, sometimes I don't. But yeah, I read them. Inquiring minds want to know. But anyhow, so this one is this first one is from Homestead Corner, and I think the name of it was Building a Depression Pantry for Survival Food Storage Preparedness. That is a long name. But I guess it covers all kinds of different things. So the comment was left by Plant Your Own Garden Reserve at FM Serena Spades. And so the video was talking about, different things in the Depression, how people use different things and what you should stock up on, whatever, to substitute something that you might not have. And, a lot of us, we buy freezer food and McNasties and stuff like that. So We don't do a whole lot of baking from scratch stuff anymore. So a lot of people wouldn't know, what you can substitute for other things. But this lady, Serena, she posted a comment and she said, don't forget to stock up on pesticides, mouse bait, to put around food storage. You'll need it in the future if you haven't already needed it. I found exterior rodent repellent. And that is so true. And a lot of people miss that. When the world goes to crap, there's going to be a lot of mice and rats running around. So that is a great thing to have in your stockpile of stuff. Another one, it was from the same video. I only did the 2 comments this time, and they were both from the exact same video. And this person, their YouTube name was CW. And it says, I've been canning homemade applesauce. It can be used as an oil substitute in baking. One could always buy cans of applesauce. And this is true. Applesauce here is still really cheap for the jars of it. A pretty good size one. I mean, you cannot make applesauce that cheap. So if you like applesauce and it doesn't mess with your system or something, then it's a good thing to have around, because applesauce can be used, well, like they say, in place of any kind of oils. But if you have something that requires eggs and you don't have any eggs, you can use applesauce for it. Same thing with mayonnaise too. You can use mayonnaise if you've got it. But if mayonnaise doesn't last long on a shelf. So if you're going to make your own mayonnaise, then you have to have eggs. So, if you have eggs, then you wouldn't want to be making mayonnaise with it instead of using it in your own recipe. You know what I mean? Oh boy. Let's see. Josh says, I've been trying to catch up on all your videos, Kim. I try to spread the love all over the best I can. Oh, thank you so much. And I do the same thing. It may take me like 2 weeks to get back around to people, but I have lists and I go back around to people, especially if they're brought back to my attention because they've left comments on my videos. And then I'll be like, oh, I haven't seen any of their videos for a while, so I'll jump back over there and I'll catch all the way up again. And, so I'm usually behind on most people's videos, but I work my way around. And I usually leave a comment saying, well, I'm catching up right now. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm watching them on my TV and letting it run while I'm doing other things, because this gal is a little busy around here. So putting it on the TV sometimes helps, which, you can't leave comments then. And then I watch so many that I forget to go back and leave comments on the computer. But yeah, I do the same thing. I try to spread the love around. And I do appreciate it. Thank you. If you have the chance, y'all need to make your custom URLs. Who hasn't made a custom URL? Maybe they don't know how. If y'all don't know how to make a custom URL, let me know down in the comments here. Because you've got the generic link right now, and the custom one, put your name in the link. I think that's everyone. Let me know if I missed someone. Okay. The rats in New York City are the size of house cats. It would take a lot of pellets. Oh, Lyla, I have seen people video those rats, and it's like, oh my goodness, why would anyone live there? I don't get it. The plague came from rats. And I'm like, yeesh, I tell you this though, up north, they had a big mouse problem. It wasn't rats, it was mice. And country and stuff like that in the wintertime where it gets really cold, the mice try to come in for the winter where it's warmer. And people had in that town had, you know, put rat bait and stuff out so much that they that it wasn't killing the mice anymore. But what it was doing was it was deforming the babies. They were still moving around, still doing all the stuff that mice do. It's just, you know, their legs, their tails, all that kind of stuff were just not right. And I mean, they had a heck of a time with it, you know, and so they had to start coming up with different kinds of ways to get rid of them because they were infesting homes like crazy. And because he couldn't, the rat killer wasn't killing them anymore. So, you know, I had traps everywhere, the little bucket system for them to drop down in and stuff, just like crazy. So, yeah. But yeah, if I'd see one of them big old rats in New York City, I'd be running, Lyla. Be like, get me out of here. Oh, let's see. Oh, is Shannon going to bed? Oh, she probably already did. If you're still here and leaving right now, good night, Shannon. Okay, let's see. That's my problem. If I watch on my TV, I can't leave a comment. Yeah, I know, and I don't like that either because, you know, you can do everything else on it. Why can't you just leave a comment? You know, I mean, they have the little keypad to, you know, type things in, but there's no option to leave a comment. It would be nice. Maybe Elon will buy YouTube, and then we'll get to be able to leave comments on the TV. Okay. Oh, yeah. So here you go. My favorite video for the week. Now, I'm not saying that I absolutely approve of the language. Y'all know I try to keep it family friendly and PG-13 around here. But my favorite video for the week is actually a month old. And it's We the People by Kid Rock. There you go. That is my favorite video of the week. Okay, let's see. I'm not sure if they don't have them. It's not showing their names in the chat for me when I post links. Oh, I don't know. Well, it should have. Did you post Shannon's? Because I know Shannon's comes up, Journey Along with Shannon's on other people's. So maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's just something to do with your computer tonight. Doesn't matter though, because the link will still take them there, so it's okay. Only one did Glenn and Jess. Oh. I don't know. Sometimes YouTube just does that. You know, come on, homesteading. His link, you know how you start typing at and then somebody's name to highlight their name? It will never do that on my computers for his. Never. And so I don't know if it shows up on everybody else's or on his highlighted or not, because it doesn't show it here. It's very, very odd. It won't let it fill on out. You have to type the whole thing out every time and it doesn't highlight. So yeah, sometimes it's just YouTube. And YouTube was having a lot of problems the other night and last week was really, really bad of kicking people off of live streams and putting them in timeout in the chat when they didn't even have like Nightbot or anything. It was just YouTube doing something, putting people in timeout all over the place. I was at quite a few live streams and they were having the same problems on every one of them. Makeup Mom and Son in the house. Hello, Michelle. Welcome in. Welcome in. I got a keypad to do it, but it wouldn't work. To leave comments from the TV. I don't have a computer. Use my iPhone for everything. Yeah. Well, I hate cell phones. I do. I really hate them. I don't like being trapped around. TJ Preps in the house. Hello, TJ. Welcome in. Welcome in. I don't like phones. I like to just get where I'm going and do what I'm doing and not be interrupted in the process of doing it. And I hate texting. I'd rather hear somebody's voice on the other end of it, and they are just tracking devices and all this stuff. So I have one. You're watching me on it right now. I do have one. I just don't like them, and they're an annoyance to me. I would be just fine without them. But yeah. So what do you do? I know some people could not live without their phone, but I would be perfectly fine without it. Perfectly fine without it. So I do everything, well, a lot of different things. Well, I'll like videos off of the TV because, you get the little thumbs up button that you can click from there. And I will run people's playlists on my phone, and I just put the headset in so that it can play all night and it won't bother me. But everything else I tend to do either on the iPad or on the laptop. And I can't upload videos on the iPad. It messed up. We talked about that before. I was going to try to find an Apple store on the way to the meetup. And yeah, it didn't work. I didn't get there. So still don't have the fix for the iPad to where I can upload videos again. So that just leaves the desktop. Desktop. Where did that come in? My brain just totally made up stuff. The laptop. I do actually have two desktops. They're just messed up, so they haven't worked in, I don't know, probably 3 years. But yeah, the guy that I used to have fix them, he quit fixing them, so then I didn't know where to go. So they're just sitting in there. City girl, country heart, Terry in the house. Hello, dear. Welcome in, welcome in. And there I go again. Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, have y'all seen the Kid Rock video? We the people. Let me know if you've seen it and if you liked it. If not, you can go up there in New York City where Lyla says all them rats are. Just kidding. You don't have to like it. Oh, goodness. No, you haven't, Terry. Well, it's not really my kind of song until the ending part. I like the ending part of it, but I like what the song is talking about and stuff. I am not big on rapping and stuff. Like, I like his song All Summer Long. That's actually one of my favorite songs by him. And then what's that one? The picture of you, or pictures, something like that. I like that one. And let's see, I think there's just one more of his that I actually like, but I stumbled across We the People, and I'm like, when did he make that song? I had no idea. And so I clicked on it, and I was like, yeah. I don't get to watch much videos here on YouTube lately. I'm doing class all week long for a new job. Oh. Well, this video was a month ago when it was posted. I just seen it this week. But, excuse me. Yeah, it was a pretty good one. Hey, have y'all seen, who is it? Buddy Brown. Y'all watch his channel? He makes up country songs and stuff about what's going on in the world and in the news and stuff. He cracks me up most of the time with his songs. So it's been very busy around here. We've had baby animals born, and taking care of my mom, and we've been working on projects. We had a list of like 45 things to do, and well, I think we've got like 18 of them done. So I'm one of those people that I cannot judge things the right way, like time wise. Say there's some kind of I didn't grow up with my butt ringing and turned out okay. I hate sales. Lyla just got tonight's best comment right there. Woohoo, Lyla! You get the trophy. There we go. I didn't grow up with my butt ringing and I turned out okay. I hate sales also. Oh goodness. Lyla won best comment of the night. But okay, so like if I want to build something, let's just say a birdhouse, okay? And you say, okay, so this birdhouse, it should take me, let's say 2 hours, draw it out, cut the wood, nail or screw it together. I mean, it's a simple little project, right? Shouldn't take too long. Well, maybe it should take 2 hours, but my brain always says, this is only going to take an hour. But then in the process of it, maybe should take 2 hours, stuff goes wrong, and then it ends up taking me 6 hours to build this little birdhouse that my brain kept saying, no, 1 hour, it's done, ready to hang up somewhere and birds to go in. And I do this on everything. I cannot judge time frames right. And then I get so irritated, and I love doing projects, but I'll get so irritated if they start taking longer than my brain tells me that it should be taking. And I know this about myself, but I never can adjust that in my brain. And so we have this list, and it's like 45 items long, and we got 18 of them done, and I'm like, we should have had all of them done last weekend. Yeah. Why didn't we get these done? Why did it take me all day long just to get 2 little things done? Yeah. It's my brain. It doesn't want to calculate time right on how long something should take. Darren comes back for another visit in November and leaves the beginning of December. Oh. November seems such a long ways away, though, Terry. I bet that seems almost like an eternity for you, having to wait that long. I know I'm behind everyone, but I got a seed starter, and I'm starting my garden. Wish this non-green thumber some luck. Best of luck, Michelle. And you know what? You got to start somewhere. You're never gonna learn to garden until you actually start doing it. When it comes to flowers, I just fling the seeds. What comes up comes up. I do not do anything special to them at all. But it took me 7 years to learn how to grow a fantastic garden. Now, that's not saying that I didn't have great success with some things along that 7 years, because I did. Some things, just grows really easy no matter what. But I mean for the entire garden to just do amazing all the time. Because every year I learned something new. The first couple of years, I never had a tomato hornworm on my tomatoes. Someone was telling me about them, and they said that their dad was, well, actually it was my goddaughter, and she was saying, well, they didn't plant tomatoes because they get those tomato hornworms. And I said, what in the world is a tomato hornworm? And I'd been growing a garden for a couple of years, And she said, it's this worm with this little horn thing and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, he was lying to you. He had to have been pulling your leg. Well, he wasn't. I had just never in my life seen one, and I'd never had one in my garden, so I didn't know. And then you have to learn how to deal with that. What's the best way to deal with it? Well, the best way to deal with it is a black light, a flashlight. You can get them real cheap on Amazon, and just go out at night and shine it all over your tomatoes and stuff. Those hornworms will glow because they have like little white strips on them. And when that black light hits them, that strip just glows, and you gotta just pick them right off, drop them in a thing of water. But it's the easiest way to find them. But all kinds of other things too. You just have to learn as you go. And sometimes you just buy bad dirt and then you learn what dirt not to buy, just different things like that. So yeah, it took 7 years for me to grow amazing gardens and get big productions out of them. But you have to start somewhere, and that's the best thing to do is just start. Just start. Let's see. So best of luck for sure, but enjoy the ride and just try to learn as you go. And this is something that I would suggest for anyone who's just starting a garden. Plant way more than you think you need or want. That way the success rate is a little bit higher, until you can learn. Because if you only plant 4 tomato plants, chances are your first time some of those tomato plants or all of them could die. You plant 10 tomato plants, then maybe you'll have some good success with the other tomato plants. So plant more than you need. We don't never need any more than 1 roll of green beans, because we've got so much canned up from years before. But we always plant more than 1, because you just never know. And that's the way to do it. Just plant way more than you think you actually need. If you've got space for it, do it. Do it. Let's see. Where did I leave off that? Me either, Lyla. I'm fixing to turn 45. If it wasn't for my kids and work, I wouldn't have one. There you go. I agree. Lists never get finished because we keep adding to them. That's what Mark says. He says we never get finished because every time I get close, you add 20 more things to it. But I said, yeah, but we're getting it done. So doesn't it feel great to get all that done? And you can look back at the list and say, this is all the stuff I got done. Last year, we were really rocking it around here getting things done until the medical issue that happened. But yeah, and I was so proud of us. I was, because we were getting it done. Just over 6 months, yes. My kids take their dang phones in the bathroom with them. That's where I draw the line. Me too. I don't take mine in there. Did you see I just spit pop all over? I was gonna say, excuse me. I was gonna say, if you can't leave your phone laying down so that you can go take care of business in the bathroom, you got some serious addiction problems. Oh goodness. Let's see. I'm fixing my raised beds, but decided let me start something in the meantime. I do a hodgepodge garden beds that do good for fall. I'm doing another one now. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I waited too long to get a drink. Now I'm going to start coughing my head off. Maybe I won't spit pop everywhere this time. Let's see. We just call them tomato hornworms. I don't know, Josh, what else they would be called. Let's see. I have something eating my cabbage plants. I gotta get something to get rid of them. Cabbage moths. Yeah. Best thing to do for that is to get the roll cover, Terry, when you plant cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, anything like that. Put the roll covers over them as soon as you get them in the ground. It's like frost. My mind went blank. it's the little frost things that you put. It's like a tunnel. It's a real thin fabric, but sunshine and rain can go through it. But it keeps those moths out of there, so they can't lay eggs, because the moths come in, they lay eggs, and then they eat your broccoli, your cabbage, and cauliflower, that kind of stuff up. It eats them up, and that's pretty much about the only way to keep them from doing that. It's just real thin stuff. And like, if you know somebody who does like quilts and stuff like that, you know that there's this white lining, and it's that stuff is basically like that. So if you could find some at a used store somewhere on a roll, or somebody who will give you some of it to put over them, it's basically the same thing. But that's about the only way I know to get rid of that stuff, because they will eat it all up on you. Yes, I got some compost and new dirt so I can mix into my old raised beds. There you go. Han Solo in the house. Hello, hello. Am I that far behind? Let's see. Oh, I know that. I have almost 50 tomato plants. There you go. We grow like 200 tomato plants a year. This year, I'm not going to do as many, and I'll probably kick myself for that. But we've got shelves and shelves of stuff already, so sheesh. I don't know that I can even hold any more tomato products in there. Hi, TJ. Did you see the plant lake named in your honor? Oh. It is hard to grow. Is it hard to grow blackberries? No, not at all. Take a cutting, stick it in some dirt where it's very moist. It will sprout. If you already have a blackberry there, just bend a piece of the stalk over, the cane over, pile some dirt on it, it'll root. Blackberries are extremely easy. Let's see. Oh my goodness, something just happened. Okay, Trader Joe, what's going on there? Was timed out by Skinner. Y'all look at my community page. I have a picture of my super simple raised beds on there. There you go. Get you some ideas. Go over, check out Josh Skinner Farms. Let's see. Well, this old lady's got to get some beauty sleep. Good night, sweetie. Good night, everybody. Good night, Lyla. Thanks for coming in. It was a pleasure, as always. Oh, goodness. What were they doing? Tons of comments. Have you planted your potatoes? Skinner, did you... have I planted potatoes? Oh, it's just a gazillion of them. I wonder why it did it so many times. What in the world is going on? Trader Joe's getting his messages blocked there. Yes, I do have potatoes planted. Too many comments about the same thing over and over, Sarkim. Oh, so I didn't see it at all. North, would you be interested in coming on my show for something like an interview? You know it, TJ. I love you, darling. I love you. I've been catching your shows, just been watching them on TV because, I have so much time a day to get everything done. My life is kind of scheduled out every which way, so I turn the TV on and, oh, yeah, I catch you. You're my girl. But, yeah, just shoot me a email. It's north and south homestead at yahoo.com. It just doesn't have the little dashes in between like our title does here. But yes, for sure. Just trying to keep the chat open. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yes, we do have potatoes planted. We actually we plant potatoes down in our it's the front yard, but kind of off to the side a little bit. And this land, we had a big mountain behind our house. So we have the guy with the backhoe and bulldozer come and make it a little bigger. And then he would hit solid slate and stuff again. And so he couldn't go any further. And then we'd have to wait for the air and stuff to hit that and bust it up to where he could dig some more out. And so we've had him come out several times and do that to expand our backyard. And so every time he would push all of that into the front yard because that's the only place it could go. And so the front yard, you cannot grow anything in. It's mostly rock with a little bit of clay. And so, I mean, it grows weeds, but we have doctored it, trying to even just get grass going. We even put the cows out there maybe last fall, maybe it was, hoping that their manure would help the situation. Well, it grew a little bit better grass, but it's still mostly weeds. And so, you know me, I want to plant things everywhere that I can. And so I said, okay, you know, this black woven weed barrier that we use, it's by DeWitt. Well, it's DeWitt woven weed barrier. And it's by Sunbelt. I get it off of Amazon because that is the cheapest place. You can get it from other places like growersolutions.com, stuff like that, but it costs you a lot more money from there. And I'm all about saving some money. And so I use this stuff everywhere for a lot of different reasons around here. But in our gardens, see, my problem is that I would grow a garden, but then I wouldn't have time to get down there and till the rolls and keep the weeds picked and all this stuff. So when it would start getting out of control, then I would abandon the garden. All that work just gone because I am terrified of snakes. And so I would not go down there when it was overgrown. So I'd come across this stuff, and so I thought, well, at first I tried the stuff from Lowe's and Walmart, you know, the landscape fabric stuff. It's pure junk. It's not worth buying at all. And so then I seen this stuff on Amazon and it looked thicker and different, and I thought, okay, I'm going to give this a try. Well, that happened to be the same year that Living Traditions Homestead got it too. Only they got theirs from Grower Solutions, and I got mine off of Amazon. And I've been in love with this stuff ever since because we have tons of ticks around here. And in my garden, I do the whole thing. I do the rolls where the plants are being planted, and I do the walkway area. The whole thing is covered in this woven weed barrier. I do not get ticks out there. None. For whatever reason, the ticks do not like that stuff, which pleases me. And so, so then, you know, I put it in the rolls where the plant is going to go. And rarely do I ever have to pick a weed during growing season. And so for somebody that's very busy in their life, terrified of snakes, or have big tick problems when they go in their garden, then this stuff is a great solution for that. Because now I love gardening, and I didn't love gardening before that. I loved the idea of gardening, but as soon as the weeds and stuff started coming up, then I was just terrified, and then I would just forget it. And I'm like, I did all that work for nothing because I'm not going down there now into the garden. So this has made a big, big change, but it's fabulous stuff. But so then I wanted to grow something in the front yard, and I wanted to put potatoes out there. And nothing grows in our front yard. So I decided that I would put some compost and I would put some hay, and I would try it that way. And we grew the best onions and potatoes that year than we ever have. And it was just a little bit of compost. I mean, like seriously, each little potato spot just had enough compost for the potato to sit down in and to just barely cover it. And then the rest was just hay. And it grew the best potatoes. The problem is that when we went to harvest them, I ran away really quick because there were all these little snakes in there. And Mark said, oh, they're just the little bug-eating snakes. They, eat the slugs and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't care. They're snakes. No, 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 no. So then I thought, okay, well, let's try making raised beds. Now, here's the thing with the raised beds. We have raised beds around here. We have wooden raised beds. We have skid raised beds. We have cinder block raised beds. We have all kinds of different raised beds, from swimming pools to the one that I made out here that has asparagus and what's the word? Garlic in it. It is a cobblestone bed that I made myself. And out of all of those, I can't stand the wood raised beds because they rot, and then you have to rebuild them. Only this time you have to move dirt and stuff too. So I don't like them. It's just not my thing. Now, other people, they may love them. They may not mind having to redo the beds and stuff, and that's perfectly great. It's just I don't want to do it anymore. I've done it. We still have some like that. They need finished torn apart because they're all rotted and everything. So then I thought, well, why can't I use this woven weed barrier and make raised beds out of it? And so I tried it. And so we did the rolls, and because again, snakes, so I wanted to be able to see and bend down to harvest stuff without having snakes around me and stuff. So what I did is I made the bed with just the weed barrier stuff, just kind of arched it over, and then I stapled that down, and then I put a roll down here. So the first actual bed is underneath the roll and stapled down, so you don't lose the dirt. And so we did the same thing with the hay and a little bit of compost there. Again, we did pretty good, but if you've seen the video on it, we waited way too long because things happened. That was last year when all the health problems happened with my mom. And so a lot of bugs and stuff ate the potatoes. So we didn't get a great harvest out of it. However, we did end up with 3 big boxes full of potatoes by the time we were done. But it was really great, and no snakes. So that's a win. So I thought, well, wait a minute. I've still got the original weed barrier in my main garden there all of these years, and it's still great. It's still holding up and everything. So, I was thinking, okay, well, I could put cinder blocks or this and that and make raised beds and, make permanent beds for the potatoes and everything like that. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why would I do that? This weed barrier stuff is amazing. So it's another way to make raised beds. But yes, we do have potatoes in them. I don't have onions planted yet, and I know I'm behind on it, but I'll get there. It's on the list of things to do. But anyway, so last year, because some of the potatoes had been, potato bugs and this and that on them, Mark just left them in there. So we ended up with a bunch of volunteers come up this year. And of course, they are, a lot bigger than the ones that we planted because they got a big start on it and they had all that hay and stuff. So it worked out great. But yes, potatoes are planted. What a long story to tell about potatoes being planted. I am so sorry. Okay, let's see. This year I'm growing potatoes, cabbage, broccoli, onions, collard greens, and 4 different squash, all in the lasagna garden. Lasagna gardens are great. They are fabulous, and they will grow a lot of stuff. And if you have a hard time growing onions, try doing the onions with just a little bit of compost and hay and something covering them. We grew the best onions ever doing it like that. And I don't mess with doing onions the way everybody else says to do it now because that never worked for me. They would not get much bigger than the actual start to begin with. And then when I started doing them with that hay, with just a little bit of compost, it was like, wow, we actually got a very nice harvest. So, and there's the thing, some things work for some people and some things don't. And you don't know what's going to work until you try the different things. So That's, you know, just learning curves that happens when you're trying to create your own food, supply your own food. You just have to learn what works in your area or on your land. You know, my aunt lives just a couple of miles from me, and her land can grow anything that's not a root vegetable. She can't grow root vegetables there because her soil is so rich that it grows big tops, but nothing underneath. But anything that grows above, it will blow you away with how well it grows. And here I am just a couple of miles away, and I have a rock city here, you know, clay and rocks everywhere. Which, if y'all seen my videos, every year I pick a ton of rocks out for my garden. Every single year. So each place is just different, and you just have to learn the areas and stuff. Let's see, 4 different squash. I'm growing the potato squash this year that tastes like mashed potatoes, and I always grow zucchini. We love zucchini, and zucchini is a great filler. It doesn't matter what you cook it with, it will take on the flavor of whatever you're cooking it with. So that is great. And also, if you're Southern and you love you some good fried green tomatoes, but you're like me and don't want nobody touching them green tomatoes because you are waiting for those red ones to make you some good old mater sandwiches. I tell everybody, don't touch my green tomatoes. I'm waiting for those red ones to make sandwiches. But anyhow, zucchini. Yeah, just do it just like the green tomatoes. It tastes just like fried green tomatoes, and then you're not wasting your green tomatoes. We've done it for years. I'm like, go get the zucchini. You're not touching my green tomatoes. But yeah, so that's a good way to expand meals and make it stretch further. Whatever is zucchini, because it will take on the flavor of whatever you're cooking it with. A lot of people do zucchini noodles to make spaghetti. If you got one of those little things that just spirals it, then you can make spaghetti out of zucchini noodles, and you really can't tell the difference because it takes on the flavor of the sauce. So yeah, you can do tons and tons of stuff with it. Do you have access to rabbits? Han Solo, we raise rabbits. We haven't shown them in videos for quite some time, but we've raised rabbits for probably 12 years or more. We love rabbits. I think it tastes better than chicken. And I just put out a video not too horribly long ago, maybe a couple of weeks now, about feeding your rabbits when HSTF hits. Yeah, I said that wrong. SHTF. My brain just caught it that quick. When you're not able to go to feed stores to get food for your rabbits, how do you keep them alive? Well, I did a video showing, telling about all the different things that you can do to feed your rabbits so that you can breed them and have rabbit meat. Let's see. Try meat birds out there in a chicken tractor, Kim. We have ducks in a chicken tractor. Now our ducks are in the chicken tractor because we have neighbors who don't keep their dogs at home, and the neighbor dogs have killed some of our ducks. So the ducks are in rabbit tractors, and we move them along all the time. And we sometimes put the chickens in chicken tractors when we want them in a certain area. But we also have rabbit tractors, and the only difference is that there's wire that goes across the bottom on the rabbit tractors. to keep the bunnies from digging out, you know, because they'll do that. And what we normally put in the rabbit tractors are the grow out babies, the grow out bunnies. We keep the breeders in the hutches, and we forage for them and take them food and stuff. But when the babies are ready to be separated from their mamas, then we put them in rabbit tractors and we move them along and let them eat fresh food, which cuts down on feed costs for them. Let's see. And my son likes to get in there with them and play with them and stuff, so they end up tame too, so that's a good thing. Let's see. Oh, my chat just jumped and hasn't reloaded yet. Trader Joe's. Tell me how far you will go with your garden. 1 week to Walmart. Oh, I missed it. My chat isn't. Oh, there it goes. It reloaded. Let me have to find that. Let's see. In garden, I have peas, beans, tomatoes, peppers, carrots, beets, okra, and then my hodgepodge stuff and a bunch of herbs. Another thing you can try is not cutting the grass under 4 inches high and let the dandelions grow. Break up the clay. Oh, we do all kinds of stuff to it, but it's not just a clay issue. It's rocks, and I mean from a ton of tiny ones to big ones. Some of them that about break your back trying to get them out of there. It's Kentucky, baby, mountains. Yeah, there's a lot of rocks, and a lot of them that, well, in the front area here where we put the potato beds and stuff, that was all mountain that was taken down, so it's mostly rock, and that's the problem. It won't grow anything but weeds. We had a tree out there and it died. We had well, we still have a fruit tree down there. It's a cherry bush, and it has struggled the whole time. It really doesn't like being down there at all. It's really having to fight to get through to a little bit of dirt. And I do need to move it, but I still haven't. It's on the things to do list, but for fall time, because if it does happen to fruit this year, then, you know, I want the cherries from it. Let's see. You won't catch me near snakes. Me either, Terry. That's why I built mine out of metal this time. I did consider that, where they're putting the metal panels and then the wood on the outside so that the wood isn't in contact with the dirt and the rain and stuff. And I did consider that, but with the cost of the panels and everything, then, and I already had the weed barrier cloth, and plus you get 300 feet of it. It's 3 feet wide, and you get 300 feet of it for like, well, it was $87 or something like that with free shipping on Amazon. And so you really can't beat the price, you know, unless you already have the metal and 2x4s or whatever laying around. Then of course, you know, you can. But that was one of the things, the price with it too. But yeah, I do like the looks of the metal ones. It's just the price cost of them. Let's see. I'll be doing some raised beds at the next place we live. Raised beds are nice because, you know, you don't have to bend over as far, and the dirt is usually nice and workable, very easy to work, very easy to weed and stuff. They have they have a lot of benefits to them. It's just working it out to where you're not having to rebuild them all the time. And that is my issue with the wood is, you know, it rots and then you just have to rebuild them again. And then you've got a big mess too that you're having to work around. see. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's see. Trader Joe, you need to just leave this live stream. There is no reason for that. This is a family-friendly live stream. We don't talk like that, and we certainly don't act like that to my guests here. That is inappropriate and childish, and you need to just leave. We don't put up with that stuff here. Thank you, moderators, for catching that crap right there. That is unacceptable behavior. And Terry, I'm sorry that someone behaved that way, that they are so childish to put such stuff in there. That's just wrong. I was gonna let that one alone for Kim Terry. Oh. Yeah, well, I have not seen it yet, Josh. Now that I'm back at the farm, I'll be posting a video on how to build them and fill them easily. Yeah, see, we have to do it and just dump bags in there or wheelbarrow and shovel it out. We don't have anything to do them easily with. It's a lot of work, a lot of work. But in the long run, you know, it all works out in the long run, and which is like the woven weed barrier. Some people say, well, it's very time consuming putting all of that down and stapling it all down and everything. Well, it is to begin with, but to not have to weed your garden the entire season makes up for that, especially if you're a busy person, because so you can lay all that stuff on a weekend when you're off work, and then that's it. You're done with weeding for the, you know, for the season, unless, you know, something weird happens and you have some kind of extremely invasive thing that just works its way all the way through. But then it's just the one little hole where the plant is, you know. So yeah, all works out in the end to me. Trader Joe's, you don't need to comment the same thing like you did. Watch your language. There you go. Share it out. Do you do your projects talking with someone else at the same time? I think I see the time problem. Let it take longer. No, it's usually me doing the projects by myself. Sometimes Mark is off work and he helps, but it's usually just me. It's just it's my brain. It says it should be done quicker than this, and then I get frustrated when it's not. Love me some fried green tomatoes. Yeah, me too. But zucchini tastes just the same. Tastes just the same. I'd rather have rabbit than chicken. Me too. I can't wait for my okra to grow. Fried okra. That is one thing that I don't like, is fried okra. Well, I'll eat fried okra. That's the only way that I'll eat okra, but I don't eat very much of it because I just I don't like okra. You know, it's that texture, that slimy stuff. Even when you fry it, it's still there. And if it didn't have that, then I probably wouldn't mind it at all. But yeah, it's the texture thing. Boy, oh boy. Let's see. Looks like Michelle caught that one. Thank you, Michelle. About the how long will your garden last? I like just about anything fried or pickled. Let's see. Down Under Farm and Forge. Hello, Darren. Welcome in. I don't know how long ago you came in. I'm sorry. I was running my jaws, flapping them like crazy. Hello, handsome. Terry says to Darren. Hello, gorgeous. Well, there you go. He's relaying the love back to you, Terry. I'm excited about growing my own. Are carrots easy to grow? there's a trick to carrots, and I'll fill you in on it to make it the easiest. Carrots do not like to sprout unless they stay moist. So just plant them in whatever it is, whether it's a 5-gallon bucket or a raised bed or whatever. Take you some newspaper, lay over it, wet the newspaper down well, wet the ground first that you planted the seeds in. Barely cover them with any dirt whatsoever. I mean, they just need a teeny tiny little bit. And wet them down. Put your newspaper over the top of it. Wet the newspaper down. And let's see, how long does it take carrots to come up? I don't know. Check them every couple of days because my brain is not working right now. But as soon as they start coming up, then take that newspaper away and keep them watered, and they'll do good. But it's that getting them to germinate thing is the issue with it. But if you do it like I was saying, it'll come up. They'll come up. They have to stay moist, and the newspaper helps that, and they'll pop right up for you. Once you get them up, they're easy peasy then. Let's see. Let's see. I can grow all year long here. I can grow as much as I want. Don't hardly need veggies from the store anymore. There you go. Somehow or another I missed that. Grown, not grown. Oh, yeah, typo. I do it all the time, Michelle. Yes, they can be. I would space them apart at least 2 inches so they have room to grow. Carrot seeds are very small, though. I don't ever do that. I guess I'm just a lazy gardener. I put them in there. I'll pick them out later. Carrots are one of the hardest to grow perfect. They are temperamental. Yes, I rarely get a nice, perfect, beautiful carrot like in the stores. I always get the other ones that they sell for like deer carrots, which are the same thing. It's just the carrots that are not pretty. But yeah, most of my carrots, they go nuts. They just grow however they want. They still taste the same. They're still good. It's just they're not as straight and pretty as others. Let's see. Okay, my son wants to grow carrots. There you go. There you go. He can do it. That's all you got to do. Just keep them moist. Check them every couple of days. As soon as you see them sprouting up, then take that newspaper off of them. Oh goodness, how do we get rid of him? Can I block this guy somehow or another? Let's see. There's a remove button. Does that remove him or not? I don't know. Well, let's see. You bet down under. Okay, Darren, that might have just deleted you somehow or another. So please put a comment there and say I'm still here, if so I know that it didn't just jump down to you when I was trying to block Trader Joe's here. You got to make sure you keep the ground moist. Okay, yep, there you go. I'll leave that to you, Kim. I didn't see it. I'm too far up, Skinner. Or you're going to Costco. It doesn't have anything for me to do anything. Oh, maybe on this one. Let me try to find him on here. Still here. Okay, good. Oh, let's see. Oh, go away, Trader Joe, go away. No one wants you here. Yeah, it won't let me get rid of him from here. Okay, so anyways, Yeah, if you see him, just time him out. That's ridiculous. Oh, there, Terry says she hit him. He can't comment anymore. Skinner says I tried to remove him, but I think you have to block him. I tried to block him and it wouldn't work from here. Okay. Yeah. Back up, see what I missed. Okay, right there is where I was. It's no problem. I'm used to kids. Okay, adults. It's really a shame. It really is that grown-ups cannot behave like grown-ups. You expect that from a toddler or a young teenager full of themselves, you know, but yes, there always has to be one, doesn't there? I don't mind weeding. That is me and God time in the garden. It's very therapeutic in the garden. You get time to speak to your maker and all that stuff. I agree. It's a very peaceful and relaxing time. However, it's very hot and yeah. I do not like to weed, plus I don't have time to. But I do like going out and checking everything and, you know, just being out there. But with me, it's like every 5 minutes I'm having to get onto my kid, get out of that ditch, or don't be playing with that, or, you know, stop that. Let's see. I like okra anyway. It's fixed but raw. Oh, we got another okra fan here. TJ likes okra also. It's just that slimy stuff in it. I just can't handle it. Now, again, if it's fried, I can eat a little bit of it, but not a lot. But see, I have this thing with food, though. Looks of things, textures of things. Some things I just can't get over. Like when the crap hits the fan, I'm gonna have issues. I'm gonna have to eat blindfolded because, you know, what first thing that you start putting away is rice. Cannot stand rice. It's not the taste of rice because you can put all kinds of stuff in it to make it taste different. It is what it resembles. I had to pack chicken go bad once while we were on vacation and came home. Yeah, it looked a lot like rice. Eat it blindfolded. Oh, goodness. Oh. I do the hugelkultur system with my raised beds. There you go. Good way to get a lot of good stuff in your beds. And to help fill up some of that space, because dirt is expensive. I will pick okra when it's small and eat it raw. Fried okra is good even to an Aussie. There you go. Like I said, I was gonna let that go till you seen it, Kim. Sorry, I should have deleted him. It's okay. I don't know how far behind I am on it. So if y'all see somebody acting like that, then by all means, just take care of them and get them out of here. We don't need that stuff. We're here to have a good time and just hang out with each other and chat. And so we don't need people like that raining on our parade. Let's see. PTTF. What does that mean? PFFT. So I told you my eyes. That's why I can't read the chats on the phone. Oh, let's see. We are all used to the wannabe trolls, Josh. Oh, there you go. Okay. And there's where he's been hidden. Oops. I thought I was almost to the bottom. Yes, I am almost to the bottom. Don't hit 300 seconds. That lets him back in. Oh. You might have to go into your YouTube studio and block him from there. I understand having an opinion, but that's just getting nasty for no reason. Exactly. Opinions are fine. You know, this country was built on people having freedom of speech. That's different opinions, and it's okay. But there's no reason to be nasty and rude and just childish like that. Especially when I'm sure that that person had no idea what Terry can or cannot grow, or how much she grows, or how little she grows. So, you know, I mean, that was just an inappropriate comment from someone who doesn't even know. So, there you go. Yes, all for freedom of speech, but don't get on here being a butt, you know. I mean, just uncalled for. No one was being mean to him. No one was saying mean things to him or anything like that. And just to be acting like that, it's shameful. Shameful, shameful. Apparently his mama did not teach him right. He must not be Southern, 'cause if you was Southern acting like that, your mama would have took a switch to you real good. You would not be acting like that no more. Let's see. Hid from channel, not time out, but bet he has a few accounts and will be back. Probably. Let's see. There's places to be ornery and have fun, but no need to be so butthurt that you gotta get that pissy. This is true. This is true. You know, when you're in a chat where everybody's having fun, and like, this is not an after hours chat. So we try to keep things nice and family friendly and so on and so forth here. Let's keep it PG and under, PG-13 and under, you know. But when you're doing after shows and you just got people hanging out and stuff and you're being silly and this and that, that is a different story. That is a different kind of live stream. And, you know, so you just don't get on people's streams if they are not allowing that, because younger people could be in that stream. Let's see. Sorry for that last word. I'm just not gonna deal with that, especially with ladies. I try to help. Sorry. I do not find the word pissy bad. As a matter of fact, it's a well-known Southern term. Oh goodness. Yeah. It's all good, Josh. Yes, it is. Let's see. I have heard Terry say worse. Darren. Oh goodness. Yes, I have, unlike my innocent daughter. Perfect, Meg. I spent 10 years in the Army, so the language I can deal with, but like I said, I don't deal with my ladies. There you go. You know, we all go through those stages in life where our mouths can get the best of us. Hello, my name is Kim, and I've been there, done that. I am not perfect now, and sometimes words slip out. I try not to, but I am by far not perfect. And so it happens, especially when I'm spitfire mad. Then it's like a backup, because if those words come out of my mouth, you are in danger. You know. But yeah, we all go through that. And my mouth used to be really, really bad when I was young, and then one of my nieces, she was turning 2, and you know, kids that age, they repeat everything that you say. And so I overheard her repeat something that I had said that she would have gotten in big trouble for. And it was right then and there when I said, okay, I've got to fix this, you know, because I don't want my niece hearing these words and then going and saying them and getting in trouble, and she heard them from her aunt. So that's when that started to change. Not that it changed overnight. It didn't, but I had to try really, really hard around my nieces and nephews to control my mouth. Let's see. Woohoo, up to date in chat. Yes! Imagine that. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to sound creepy with my lady's comment. I'm just known for work. Oh yeah, we know. You're okay. You're fine. Josh's girl, sorry, we're running out of space. You didn't sound creepy. You're showing lots of respect. Yes, I agree, Terry. I am a construction worker. My language naturally goes bad places. Oh, goodness. It happens. Oh, I think I missed one from Michelle. Where was it? I seen it and then it jumped. Sorry to say, I still have road rage, and I say more stuff than he did. Road rage can get me too. Road rage can definitely get me. There are a lot of people that should not be on the road driving. Oh, yeah. Okay. Story. Let me get a drink of pop first. So what is it? This is Friday. So Wednesday, I had to go to our local Walmart, and I had my little with me. And so we went in, we got all the stuff that we needed, and we were coming out, and this lady started backing up. And I mean, she did not even look before she started backing up. And I had to grab my child quickly and jerk him out of the way. And I said, "You idiot," you know. And my little just looked at me and, like, what? And I said, "That woman right there." I said, "Mommy almost went to jail today." And he said, "Why?" I said, "Because had she hit you, I would have jerked her out of that car and beat her to death." You know, little rage, I admit it. But there you go. I mean, she's in a parking lot with people walking with buggies and children and stuff, and she did not even look. She was just backing right up. I mean, not head over shoulder looking, no, just backing up, and I had to grab a hold of him and jerk him out of the way. Oh, you know that mama bear thing. But oh man, yep, that's what I said. Mama almost went to jail today. But we have some bad people at the end of our road here, and we get a lot of traffic all through the day and night. And so there was this police officer that was looking at some land down here, and he'd stopped and talked to me, and I told him about these people. And he said he would keep an eye on it and stuff. And I said, well, I suggest that you do, because one of these guys came flying down the road and almost hit my child. And my husband said, had he hit his child, he would have stopped him. He would have jerked him out of that vehicle and he would have beat him to death right there. I'm like, so I suggest that you take care of that situation down there. Well, they did, thankfully. Thank you, police officer, if you're watching. You just saved my kid and you saved my husband from going to jail, because idiots, I tell you. Flying down a road that is a very low speed limit, where children play, signs are posted, and everything else. And no, for their next fix, they're gonna end up running over a kid. But yeah, that's what I told him too. And he said, I will be watching. And so he did. And we don't have traffic going up and down the road like we did now. So good job, police officer. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's see. I'm not a violent person, but when it comes to my child, all you women out there know that mother bear instinct. Let's see. I'm really old-fashioned. Oh, I read that one. I'm a New Yorker, so I heard everything. Darren has heard me sound worse than a sailor, especially when my cat gets out of the house and goes under the house. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Let's see. No, showing respect is not old-fashioned. It's just showing that you are a man. It's what the world is lacking a lot of right now. Real men. Let's see. My mouth is horrible, but I really try to keep it clean on my channel and in the chat. But off camera, you never know what's going to come out of it. Oh, goodness. Well, I do try to control my tongue, especially since I have a child now, or years ago when my niece was little, that's when I started to correct it. But, just human, very imperfectly imperfect. And yeah, so it's a battle. Everybody has their things. I've never met a perfect person in this world, and I doubt that I ever will. So, yeah. I have had a verbal fight with someone at my son's school parking lot. I'm usually calm, but my Italian, Puerto Rican, New Yorker comes out sometimes. Oh my goodness, you're triple whammied. Well, I am too. I come from a very long line of very strong, independent women. And my name is Kimberly, and I am an Aries. So yes, I get it triple also. I may be little, but I don't take crap from anybody. Not at all. And I never will. It's just me. Let's see. Skinner sees me on other live streams chatting and stuff, and he's like, Kim, you? I am a spitfire. I can't help it. I'm a very nice person as long as you don't ruffle my feathers too much. If you ruffle my feathers, you're bound to get a mouthful, and if you mess with my kid, you're bound to get a lot more than that. And all that jazz. So it is what it is. But yeah. That's one heck of a mix. My late hubby was Italian Polish. They don't play. That is a mix. Not saying I'm a BA, just the biggest guy at work with military training, and yeah. Well, I'm just Southern. People don't tend to argue with me face to face. Go figure. Yeah. Though we be little, we be mighty. People don't tend to argue with me face to face. Yeah, just read that one. Yeah, that's what I say. You don't mess with people that are small. I'm 5'2" and a half. I'm proud of that and a half part. Yeah, don't do it. Especially if we grew up with brothers that were older than us and mama went to work and left you with your big brothers. You get tough real quick and you don't take no crap. Dynamite comes in small packages. Kim is a wild one. Don't let her fool you. Oh, Skinner. I'm originally from Virginia, and we learned to respect down home. Yes, yes. That's why I'm always telling my son, respect people. You're running your mouth. Don't be running your mouth, because one of these days somebody's going to knock you to the ground. You better learn to respect people. He might be a little bit more like me than he needs to be. Kim, if you get nasty with me at the meetup, I'll put you on top of the refrigerator until you calm down. Good luck with that. I just said dynamite comes in small packages. Good luck with that. What are you harvesting? Oh, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Doing better with Mara. What are you harvesting most lately? I am not harvesting anything right now. Our growing season is just starting. We're just getting things in the ground. We have potatoes in the ground. I don't have the onions in the ground yet. I'm a little bit behind on them. We have all of the plants still on the shelf under grow lights because I didn't get my greenhouse put back together yet because we moved it. But yeah, we've got garlic and asparagus. The asparagus is growing. But yeah, it's too early in the season for us. Our last frost date is still a few days away. So yeah, not harvesting right now. Let's see. I'm only 5'8", but built like a fire plug and look like a biker. Skinner sideways to the doors still open. Oh goodness. Yeah, we're still putting stuff in the garden. Whoops, you just see me hit that camera with my foot. It's this chair. The chair. I cannot sit still in it. I'm constantly moving in it. I fidget with stuff all the time anyway. So, you see me all the time. I'm like this. I can't help it. I have to be doing something. And see, I just bumped the table. Let's see. Nature is amazing, huh? Yes, nature is amazing. 6'2", around 215. Like I said, not bad by any means, but I can take a hit and still pick you up and set you on top of the fridge. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. I'm new to veggie gardening, so I'm still so surprised how grow zones work. I'm in North Texas, and we're having lettuce, garlic, a couple of onions. Yeah, you just have to look up your area and, well, I would write it all down in a notebook so that if anything happens, then you have it written down. For your own little library on what grows when to plant things, how long it takes it to grow before you get harvest mature. When you look on the back of a pack of seeds, sometimes it doesn't say days to harvest. Sometimes it says days to mature, and a lot of people don't know that they think that they're going to be harvesting then, and it's not. It's when the plant is mature, but it's not ready to harvest. And I don't know why some companies do that, because it can be very confusing to people that are new to growing vegetables and stuff. And yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. Don't put days to mature, but when you can harvest that stuff. But yeah, just different zones have different things, like right now there's a lot of things that you could be planting there that you cannot plant here. Like our tomatoes, if we stick them in the ground right now, we're running a risk of a late frost coming and wiping them all out. So yeah, we're not quite there yet. We're getting there though. It's getting very, very close. The grow zone times are off a little because of the polar shifts. Yes, Hans, yes, they are. Last year, we didn't get our last frost date is May 9th, and we didn't get our stuff in the ground until I think it was the end of May or the first week of June. I can't really remember now. But we kept having frosts, so I wouldn't put the stuff out there because I wasn't willing to lose it. But yeah, that really has messed up the weather and the zones and stuff. Let's see. Yes, Darren's growing season is just finished, and ours is just starting. You had a bad influence this year, Terry. Oh, goodness. I've been growing food off and on since I was a kid, and I'm still learning how to grow different foods. Yes, yes. Everything is a learning experience. And things that you haven't grown before and that you're trying, it's all a learning experience. But once you do it and you learn all the kinks to it, what pests, what to do to keep them away. If they need certain things, then you've got it after that, because you just learned it and now it's forever in you and you can grow the heck out of it next season. Not one bit of that was bad influence. What's up, y'all? Kicking it country in the house. Hello, hello. We are chit-chatting about everything under the sun. Seems to be from big old rats in New York City to fried okra to first time gardening. All kinds of stuff. Booting out trolls. Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to figure out compost tea now. A lot of people do compost tea. I don't do it a whole lot. What I do is I keep just one of the Rubbermaid totes out in my garden, and I just put some rabbit manure in it, and I put some water in it, and then every so often I'll go dip some out and put it on a plant. But I don't normally do that. I plant my garden a specific way, and what it is like tomatoes. Now, if you've seen my other videos, then you know that I have the woven weed fabric in my garden. And so there's holes burnt out for each plant space, the right space. And so I don't take that up. I just leave it there in the garden all year long. I do not remove the landscape barrier. So when it comes time to be planting a new plant, then I just take the little garden spade and I dig some of the dirt out. And this is what I put in it. Okay, for tomatoes, I put 2 tablespoons of Epsom salt. I put calcium in there. If you can't get calcium from your local store, if you've got Tums, crush up 2 Tums and put it in the hole. I put a handful of rabbit manure in there. And I put a handful of trace minerals in there, just normal livestock trace minerals from your local feed store. You can get a big bag of it. It goes a very long way for gardening. Because when you plant stuff in your garden, if you don't put some stuff back into it, then eventually it's not going to grow anything because all the growing there has sucked everything out of the ground. So that's what I do. In each hole, then I put the plant in and I cover it up, and then I put another scoop of rabbit manure right around the top of the plant. And I do that for peppers, for all of it. The only thing that I don't do that for is the cucumbers. And with cucumbers, I just put some rabbit manure in and when I'm loosening the dirt, and that's it. I don't do anything else. I don't grow cucumbers I direct sow them. I don't start them early. I've never had luck with that, and I kind of don't understand why people do it in the first place, because cucumbers grow so fast anyways. I mean, they just spring up in no time. I was at the feed store the other day, and I was looking at their plants and stuff, and they had cucumbers and they had squash. And I looked at the guy and I said, it always cracks me up that people pay this much money for them when they can literally buy a pack of seeds for $1 something, put them in the ground, and a few days later they'll be up and they grow so fast that it doesn't make any sense to me why someone would pay $4 for a squash plant that's this big when within a week their own seed would be that big, you know. So anything like that you direct sow, then I just put manure in. Now on the big garden, well, the hilltop garden is what I call it. I do things a little bit different in that garden, and it's because that garden is actually set up different than my main garden. We have gardens all over the place here, from raised beds to, you know, just all kinds of stuff. But that garden is set up a little bit different up there, and it's set up to grow bigger things that spread out, like watermelons and cantaloupes and stuff like that. So the spacing is a lot different there. And so that one still has a ton of rocks in that one. I mean, worse than the other one. So we will, hey, Simply Jan Homestead, welcome in, Jan. And so what I'll do there is I will take that up every couple of years and till it. And that's to bring more of those big rocks up. And so then when I do that, I'll just put minerals on down through there. Because it's mostly rock and stuff, you know. And that's the only difference that I do within those gardens is I don't till the main garden. That garden hasn't been tilled in years. I just take out the dirt in that hole and put what those plants need for the season, and then I move on. I don't put a lot of fuss and fuss into my garden, you know. I just kind of know now what works here, and that's kind of the thing that you just, if you're just starting and stuff, you just need to learn in your area what you need to add to make yours thrive. Let's see. But yeah, the compost tea, that's what I do is I just put it in and let it soak. Oh, put the compost in something and let it soak. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. Yep. That's what I do. Put lid on a bucket. There you go. That's another way. I use compost from the meat birds and rabbit manure and add lime. Yeah, lime is calcium. Garden lime, you can get it at feed stores, anything like that. So if you're looking for calcium to put in, you can buy a big bag of it. I mean, the stuff lasts forever unless you're just pouring it on your garden everywhere, which again, I don't do. I just put it in the individual holes, not the entire line of the garden. Roll. Roll. Let's see. I buy seed packs that are 25 cents. There you go. Yes, you can find them all over the place. I don't buy a lot of seeds anymore because I've been gardening for so long, that if I come across a tomato or something that I want to save seeds with, and I'm growing a mixture of tomatoes in my garden, then I will intentionally take some of the tomato plants that I want to save seeds from, and I will move them and plant them really far away from the others in the garden. That way those seeds don't cross pollinate, so those seeds will be pure, and then I can save them. And so I've got seeds galore. So I don't really buy seeds anymore unless it's something new that I want to try, which I don't really try a whole lot of new stuff because I know what we like, and I don't want to waste space on things that I'm not sure of, or, you know, I'm not going to like. Let's see. My great grandpa was an early biodynamic grower. She's my friend. Oh, shoot, where'd it go? Sorry, I was looking at the comments trying to find them, and then I said, she's my friend. And then it jumped on me. Sorry. Doing better. It depends on the manure source. Some can be used right away. Some you have to wait depending on its hot or cold style. Yes, true. Rabbit manure you can throw right on anything. Same thing with goat. Chicken, cow, horse, any of that, you need to let it sit. Let's see. Josh had spelled Terry. I don't mind if you spell it different ways. Happens all the time. Yeah, I just spelled Sherry's name wrong today in a live stream. It was like, sheesh, I've been watching her forever. And then I go spell her name wrong. It happens. Let's see. Oh, my son and I, we were talking about things in the world, how they go, and how some people get on these bandwagons and they think that things are a good idea, but they never actually think past those ideas. And so what it was we were driving home the day that he almost got hit by that lady not looking as she was backing up. And so we were driving home and he had seen airplane in the sky and you know, the chemtrail, and he said, it would be so cool if cars could fly. And I said, well, would it really be so cool if cars could fly? I said, did you think past that? And we try to encourage him to be a thinker, think past things. Don't just stick at something because it sounds like a good idea. And so I said, well, let's break this down a little bit. You see how long it takes us to drive to the store in a car. Well, if everyone had cars that flew, then don't you think that it would be just as congested as it would be on the road? Because you would still have rules and you would still need paths that you need to take. Otherwise, everybody would be crashing in the sky. And then flying car parts would be falling all over houses and people and everything else. And he said, I didn't think about that. I said, well, let's think about things. It's good to have ideas, but let's think those ideas through a little bit further. So then, you know, we were talking, well, what about fuel costs? Fuel costs cost a lot of money. Well, jet fuel costs even more money. If cars had to have jet fuel, then it would cost you a lot more money to be able to fill it up to drive somewhere. And then you see all these chemtrails going through the skies and stuff. Well, your cars would be doing the exact same thing, and it would be going over everyone's land and all over them, and it would be a lot more of it, you know. And then it would mess everything up. People would have a harder time growing things, and people would be getting sick and everything because all of these chemicals would be falling on top of them. And so he said, well, that's not a very good idea. This is true. And so then the conversation got put on electric cars. And I said, do you think that electric cars is a good idea? And he said, well, you know, then you wouldn't have to get gas. I said, well, actually, you do have to still get gas, just not as much. And so, you know, then we were talking about the batteries and stuff. And I said, okay, so these cars are very expensive. And these cars, if everyone had to buy one, and that's the only kind of cars that you could have, then people could charge as much money as they wanted for those cars because that's the only ones that you're allowed to have. And so people that don't make as much money would never be able to afford them. Is it fair that those people can't go to jobs that pay more money that's farther away, or even go to the store because they can't afford one of those cars? And he said, no, that's not very fair. I said, okay, so these cars also, they have big batteries, and these batteries have to be charged, and you cannot charge these batteries on solar panels, which means that the companies have to, the electric companies would have to make a massive amount of power to charge all of these cars because that's the only kind of cars that people would have. And so if you're not having to buy gas, but you have to stop and charge your car up, how much do you think that they're going to charge people to do that? And so then it went on to the batteries. Okay, so these batteries, they only last about 2 years, and they're very expensive. Well, a lot of people struggle to put new tires on their vehicles. So if they struggle to put new tires on their vehicles. A new battery for those cars costs a whole lot more than new tires for a vehicle. So are they going to be able to do that? And he said, I don't know. Well, he's 7, you know. So I don't know. So anyway, so then it went to, okay, and these batteries, they don't last that long. So when something goes bad, what do you do with it? Well, you throw it in the trash. Well, where's it go from there? Well, the trash people come and get it. Okay, where do they take it? They take it to the dump, which is called what? A landfill. Okay, so if you have all the people in the United States, or most of them that's driving these vehicles, and the batteries go bad every 2 years, and they have to get new ones, and those batteries end up in the landfill, and they start leaking into the ground and into the water source and everything. Is that a good idea? And he said, no. You know, there you go. A 7-year-old now knows that an item in the new Green Deal is a bunch of crap and never would really work without causing more damage than what we already use today. So there you go. Way things work. Now, I completely forgot why I even got on that topic, but it was something about thinking things through. But there you go. Sometimes people do just need to think things through a little bit further. All right, where was we? What sparked that in me anyhow? I have no idea what it was now that got me on that rant. Oh, goodness. Well, started off with the chemtrail things. Oh, now I know what it was. Listen, I just told you all that entire story. Southern Tone and Grown in the house. Hello, Miss Wendy. Mama is doing a lot better. She was singing every word of Amazing Grace today. It's the most words that she said since she's been home from the hospital. So it was a wonderful day. So anyways, I know what it was now that led me down that big old story there of trying to teach my child to think further. It was the comment about spelling Terry's name wrong. I think it was Skinner back here, Josh, that was asking if he spelled her name wrong. Well, the thing is that when I was telling my son about the chemtrails, he thought that I was saying Kim, K-I-M, which is, my name. And so I went to explain to him that it was short for chemical trails. And so, yeah, there you go. That's what sprung that whole thing. So now you know where my mind goes on the smallest little thing. I met Jan in person. She is awesome. Yes, Jan is awesome. I love Jan. Absolutely love Jan. I didn't get to the meetup this year, but I got to meet her at the meetup last year. All the seeds I started, I put in cups of soil and put them outside. I didn't have to harden them off at all. Just covered them when nights got cold. There you go. And you can do that. Yes, you can. Years ago, I started building a seed table, a heated seed table. And somehow or another, my camera deleted the finished thing of it showing how to finish building it, and so it never got posted. It's just the first ones. They're way back in there years and years ago on my channel. And so people do that all the time. Is you just build a little table with a light underneath it, just a light bulb, and you put a little hoop over the top of it, and put some plastic over it, and you put your trays of seeds in there and just leave it outside, and that light bulb will keep it warm enough to get them to germinate and to keep them safe. And then you just lift the plastic up a little bit by a little bit, and it hardens them off. But there's all kinds of cool ways to do that. Let's see. I was about to ask you if you were sharing a hidden side to you. Oh, I don't know what that was about. Oh, we got somebody else in here causing disasters. I thought you had leggings in different colors. What? What did I miss? What are you up to, Skinner? Let's see. Now, let's see. Jim, we are Gina dance together. Oh. This is true. Sometimes good seeds don't start. I'm sort of reckless when it comes to gardening. I love using my manure. Oh goodness. I booked a room a month ago or better. Let's see. I'm putting them in the soil, doubles or triple earth, and thin to the best. I'm going to be putting my chicken manure in raised beds where I'm going to grow my carrots. The manure and bedding will be under the cardboard I'm putting the soil on. Corn loves the breaking down manure. Corn loves nitrogen, and chicken manure is loaded with it. Let's see. I let my meat birds compost all winter and add it to my beds and mix it to the dirt and manure. Yeah. Yep. Are you going to the picnic? I know, is Lucy Fawcett going to the picnic, Jan? So I heard that if you get seeds from the packs, you should put them in a glass of water. No. No, just sometimes they just don't work. Another reason to seed a lot more than you actually want, especially on things like peppers. Because here we start peppers in February so that they'll be ready. Peppers take a long time to go in the garden after May 9th, and so it's something that you don't want to risk not having enough of, or you're going to have to go to the store and buy them because it's way too late to try to start them over again. So I'll always do a whole lot more than you actually want to, especially on things that won't catch up quickly and that needs a long time to grow. I just do more. Do more. It won't hurt you at all. Oh goodness. Let's see. I think the boss is going to be there. I cracked up the other day at your video, Jan. Totally cracked up. Michelle, I don't do the... Okay, I already read that. Well, let's see. I read that Darren is addicted to yarn and seeds. This is all a running joke, y'all. Just so y'all know, I don't wear leggings. Yeah, right, Josh. If I could buy yarn, I want it. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Miss Windy Lady in the house. I hope everyone is having a blessed Friday. It has been a good day, but kind of a crazy day. You missed it. We had babies born on the farm today, unexpectedly. They tricked me. Lithium batteries are 95% recyclable, but fairly bad on first mining. Now, Kim, go to Washington, D.C. and get that bunch to think things through. It's impossible. They don't think at all. That's the problem. Or they want to get everybody else not to think. I'm not sure. It may be a clever plan. Let's see. It only takes one thing to make a squirrel. Yes, true. Oh, that's just a technicality. We can't help y'all overachievers. So give me the lotto numbers, please. I wish it was that easy. I sure did miss you at the meetup. We had so much fun. Yes, I really wanted to go. I really, really did. But my mom is more important. See, we had issues with the hospital. And so, had she got out of the hospital when she was supposed to, then she would have been back home in time for me to work with her and this and that. And then I would have felt comfortable going to the meetup and having my cousin watch her and take care of her and stuff. But because there wasn't enough time for me to make sure that she was okay, which she wasn't, because there were some other issues that the hospital did that we had to work around, and then I wouldn't have been able to go anyways, which we didn't know that at the time. But yeah, so it just did not work out. But I did very much want to go. I need to go back in time to visit Terry. I didn't get numbers tonight. Oh no. I just bought a 72 pellet seed starter kit. So excited about it. Oh, there you go, Michelle. Good job. Good job. Solo cups work very, very well. Somewhere or another, I have one of those solder guns. But I have no idea where. So I just get a bunch of, we've got all the seed starting trays and everything like that. But for when I'm up potting, or if I'm potting something, seeding something to begin with that's going to be big, then I just start them out in solo cups. And so for years now, I've just taken my hot glue gun and just burnt holes down in the bottom and a couple on the sides. Then you don't have to transplant them at all. So if you've got room, then solo cups work great. And you can reuse them for several years. Kim, we got to do another all-nighter soon. Yes, for sure. That was fun. It was fun, fun, fun. Oh, this is Miss Wendy over here, Southern Sun and Grown. If y'all haven't checked out her channel, go check her out. I'll make friends with each other. Check each other's channels out. There's Makeup Mom and Son. That's Miss Michelle over there, Wendy, if you haven't met her. Let's see. Michelle, make sure you cut the bags off before you transplant. What are you talking about, the bags, Skinner? Oh, pellet. Okay, there. Now I get it. Yes. Yeah, I've never had any luck with those. When I was a kid, we had a teacher who brought flower seeds in, and we grew them in that, and that's the one and only time I've ever had any luck with them. But yes, I did notice that if you don't, a lot of people say you don't have to cut the bags, but you do. Yeah, or the plants will get root bound and not work right. Yeah. So yeah, good point there, Skinner. Good point. Well, I'm getting ready after storms to put everything in ground. So excited. Oh, yeah. Wendy, we have had storms like crazy all day yesterday and today. It has poured the rain. Everything is just completely soaked here. I mean, standing water. Huge, huge storms. Is that what you all had too? Because you're pretty close by. The peat pods make a good beginner system, but most change off of them second season. True, very true, Darren. Excuse me. Some seeds suck. This is true too. Oh, let's see. got to get back to work. Catch y'all next time. God bless. Thank you for stopping in, and you have a good night at work and get home safely. We love you all. Y'all, if you haven't checked out Kicking It Country, there's another good channel there. Let's see. Loose Faucet snuck into the trunk and showed up in Caboose. Oh, can I send her there for a few years, please? Absolutely, Jan. Absolutely. Oh, goodness. I waited too long to take a drink. I dried out. Hopefully, I will have my own seeds. This will be my first attempt at my garden. Well, if you're wanting to save seeds, then okay, so if you're growing peppers, if you're growing sweet peppers, and if you're growing hot peppers, if you don't put them at least 50 feet apart, then they're going to cross-pollinate and you won't have sweet peppers anymore. All the seeds will be hot peppers. Cucumbers, if you're doing like pickled and slicers, you're doing two different kinds, they're going to cross-pollinate. Your seeds will not be true to either one of them again. It'll be some kind of combo. So if you're wanting to save seeds, then you either need to make sure that you're planting them far enough distance away so that they don't cross-pollinate, or only do one variety. That way you know that the seeds that you're saving are going to be the same as the original plant. Make sense? Let's see. Whoops. It jumped. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay, here I am. And something was eating my starts in greenhouse. Thought it was earwigs. Covered everything, went out and found a baby slug eating it. Looked around, there's a ton of them. D on everything. Yeah. Yeah, they'll get you. Potato bugs, they'll get you. We pulled back the stuff to plant potatoes, and we had roly-polies everywhere. Well, the easiest way to get rid of them is a tuna can and a can of beer. They die happy. But yeah, slugs and stuff will get you. Oh, we caught 2 baby turtles. We've had stuff everywhere this year. Let's see. Oh yeah, when I was doing the pool, I had frogs in the pool. And so I told Little, I said, put that down and come here. And so he was wanting in that pool so bad. And I said, no, you're not getting in that pool. No, no, no. And then all of a sudden I tell him, put that down and come here. He says, in the pool? Yes, come here. Why you let me in the pool? See them frogs over there? Go catch them for mommy. He just goes over there. All right. We have frogs everywhere. And then he brought one in the house. And so I told him, do not take those in the house. No creepy, crawly, jumpy things in the house. And you know, boys, they like all that kind of stuff. As girls, not so much. So he did not listen. He brought it in the house to show his daddy. And after he showed his daddy, it got loose in the house. And we couldn't find it. I said, you better find that frog. He only lost one of them in here. So you better find that frog. Or it'll end up dying in here somewhere. And so we couldn't find it. And then I was up late, and Mark was, he has to get up early for work, so he goes to bed early. And so he was asleep in bed, and I was watching the Walking Dead reruns. And all of a sudden, Mark jumps up out of bed, and I'm like, what in the world, And I mean, it wasn't even a loud part on the show. And he just looks around all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden, it's like he just dives in the floor. And I'm like, what is going on? Well, no, before he dives in the floor, he said, did you put something cold on me? And I said, no. He says, I felt something cold on me. And then all of a sudden he dives in the floor, and I'm like, what in the world? Well, he caught the frog. He had seen it by the light coming from the our bedroom is right by the dining room, and the dining room is where the grow lights are for the plants, and so it was lit up there, and he could see the frog from the light there, and it's like, oh, sheesh. Jumps out of bed like that. Did you put something cold on me? No. But yeah, frog catching in the middle of the night. Let's see. I had to relearn how to grow here in South Carolina. I used to live up in New Jersey, and the ground is 100% different there than here. But I'm making things work. It takes a while to learn new places. I hope I'm spelling that right. I'm Josh or Skinner. Either way, I'll answer. Let's see. You got this. Yes, you got it, girl. You got it. Just don't call him late for dinner. Let's see, I grew when I was in New York, but I tried once here in San Antonio and nothing really grew. I'm guessing it gets dry and hot there, Michelle. Try putting stuff around it, like some mulch. Get some mulch to help hold in the moisture and to help keep the plant cooler. And you'll use less water also. See if that works. Because if it never really grew, then it's either the soil or it just got too hot. And the mulch will help with that. Oh, you bet, Wendy. Much love to y'all. Oh, y'all come back now here. Hot weather growing is my specialty. I would imagine so. Kim, I was talking about the meetup in Kentucky this September. The picnic. Grand Rivers. I'm hoping to be there, but from day to day, I don't know. I can just hope. I'm gonna try to be at the meetup in September. Miss Wendy. Going to try to be there. Do a search on YouTube for homesteaders growing in your grow zone and Google everything. You'll get lots of info online through Google. Yes, Mr. Google Pants. I do not like Google. I don't use Google to search anything. Either ask.com or DuckDuckGo. Let's see, whatever y'all are comfortable with, I'm good with calling me. It just depends on the life at that time. Yes. Red Solo Cup, I feel you up. Let's have a party. Do you know that song, what is it? Buttercup Baby. I always thought that song said, fill me up, Buttercup Baby. Oh, goodness. And every time I see somebody write, fill me up or fill you up, whatever, fill it up, that song pops in my head. And now it's just kind of funny. Like, I really thought that's what the words were. I mean, the song was before my time, so, I never actually looked up the words to it. But Mark has a funny story like that, too. When our son was really, really little, how you sing nursery rhymes and stuff, and he was singing Mary Had a Little Lamb. And he said, whose face was white as snow? And I said, what? He said, whose face is white as snow? I said, do you think that's how that goes? He said, yeah, that's how it goes. No. So now it's kind of a little running joke in the house. I poke fun at him, face is white as snow, and he pokes fun at me, fill me up, Buttercup. Oh, goodness. I hope to meet you there one day. I love your channel. Let's see. Oh my goodness, Wendy. That video of Bestie. Oh my goodness. I swear I probably watched it 20 times and I crack up every time I watch it. It is so funny. If I'm having a bad day, I go watch that video and it puts a smile on my face. It is hilarious. Oh my goodness. Meetups all over the states, none in Oz. Oh, well, start one. Start one, Darren. There needs to be some over there, Darren. Well, you're gonna be here in November. Oh, see, November is it's getting cold. But Joy Blessed Life, she does Thanksgiving dinner, and it's kind of a meetup / dinner in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, Sevierville, Tennessee. So maybe not too horribly far away. So maybe you can go to that one when you're down here. Let's see. I'm gonna go mod another channel for a little bit, but I'll be back. All right, Josh. See you later. Thank you so much for being in here and helping. You will see this in a few, but yes. Why did I water yesterday? These storms. Wendy, I did the same thing. I planted those flowers, the zinnias. I watered them in real good. I watered the grapevines, all of that. I wasn't in the house 10 minutes and it started just pouring the rain. And I'm like, every stinking time. Had I not watered them, it wouldn't have rained at all. Rained last couple of days too. Was glad for the rain. Heck, I got my own meetup in the States, Liv. Oh, I put loose faucet in my. Oh, it moved. Ah, where did it go? Where did it go? Drops family garden in the house. Just see you there, Drops. Don't know how long you've been in here. But hello, hello. Okay, there it is. I put loose faucet in my trunk. Alrighty. Okay. Same with different types of tomatoes. Yes. I try, my favorite tomato to grow is Arkansas Travelers. I don't know if y'all have heard me say that before or not, but I quit doing those paste tomatoes, the aromas and all of that. I was never impressed with them. And a lot of the other tomatoes, I like the Jetstar tomatoes, but the seeds never come back. They're not true. So if you save them, you're not going to get the same kind of plant. So I'm not into buying a lot of plants. I like to start my own. And so years ago, I found Arkansas Travelers, and they are like the perfect tomato to me. They grow very nice and uniform. They're a good size. They're excellent for using as a paste tomato, and they're just as good on a tomato sandwich. So, so that is my preferred one. If there was only one tomato that I could grow, it would be the Arkansas tomato because it's all around. It's great for all of it. And now it doesn't get red, it gets more of a pink red. But fabulous tomatoes. Fabulous tomatoes. And that is all that I'm growing this year in our garden is Arkansas Travelers. Every time that I try to grow the other ones, I'm never thrilled with them. And they always end up with problems. And my Arkansas Travelers, they are hardy against pests and stuff like that. we've never had them get any kind of diseases or anything like that. And the pets pretty much just leave them alone and go to the other tomato plants and stuff. So really great tomato, in my opinion. Let's see. I have to go out and water my garden at night when we don't get rain, but the weather forecast says we're going to get rain. Probably heading that way, Terry, for sure. It's been pouring here for a couple of days. I mean, absolute downpours. I plant close, but same variety. Yes, I did. You're welcome for that too. It was great. It was a great meetup. You make sense always. I did not know that. Good to know. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. I'm too far behind, Michelle. I brought most stuff back in. Oh my goodness, my pool is greener than a frog. Well, ours is all cleaned out now, but we had problems. Well, on the video today, I was showing one of the problems, having to fix it, but yeah. I need to put the slugs in my video. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. Yeah, there you go. That's cause us boys are creepy crawly jumpy things when young. Boys love creepy crawly jumpy things. No creepy crawly jumpy things allowed in the house. Oh, had slugs real bad 2 years ago. Darren, you pick up slugs with your bare hands. Ew. Cause he's a creepy crawly jumpy thing. Little boy, all grown up, still liking creepy crawly jumpy things. Yeah, it amazes me how that stuff don't freak guys out, but yeah, just runs right through me. I like to fish, but Mark gets irritated with me because I won't put a worm on the hook. And it's like, ugh, it's wiggling. I mean, I don't find the worm gross. I can't stand the thought of it wiggling in my hands or while I'm trying to put it on a hook. Now, this is the only way that I will put a worm on the hook is if the worm is cut in half or something, excuse me, and it quit moving, then I'll put it up. I don't have a problem then. It's the wiggly part. Oh, I say, well, I always outfish him. He says, well, it's because I'm always having to put a worm on your hook or take a fish off of your hook. I'm like, your pole is still in the water, isn't it? Oh, goodness. They are tiny. I'm assuming they're slugs. They look like baby slugs. Baby slugs. Do, do, do. Oh, they like those salt spots. My ex-husband came running out of the restroom once, pants down, and I was cooking and was like, what the heck? There was a frog in the toilet. I had to get it out. Oh, ducks are great for slugs, but don't let your chickens eat them. I picked one off habanero plant and forgotten. Oh, rubbed your eye. Eesh. Clear the plants out and salt water spray the area. Every baby slug will eat a bunch of food. I bet that was real funny. It would have been funny. However, I would not have gotten the frog out of there. I would have made him. Is that why he's your ex, Michelle? He made you get the frog out of the toilet. Oh, I'm hoping to get everything moved out when the rain stops. I had 12 cucumbers and down to 3. Oh, see, Wendy. Just wait. Plant them cucumbers direct. So let's see. Thank you, Dan and you can direct sow cucumbers. There you go. Yes. Don't Google, support friends, watch videos. There you go. I had to grab the frog that just was soiled. Oh no! Oh, Michelle. Oh no. I would have said, no. You get back in there. You did this. You get it. Oh. Started saying, oh. Throw more seeds down. Now I have to make pickles. Oh, I'm planning on making a lot of pickles this year. I gotta make some good pickles. I would have been laughing. I nearly sat down on a frog in my living room. I squealed a lot. I'm a city girl, but frogs and snakes do not bother me. I don't mind frogs one bit, but they can stay outside. Did I tell you I have one set of sunflower growing? I'm so happy. I never did get around to planting mine. I was gonna do it. I really was, Wendy. I was gonna do the challenge. And then everything went pear-shaped around here. And then there I was. And I was going to do a couple of videos for some other people, and I didn't get that either because everything went wrong. And then I just didn't do it since then. I don't know where I was. I'm hoping one day to meet up with Joy Blessed Life and Kenneth Oaks. Yes, they live kind of close. Let's see. And if you do, Michelle, I am only 2.5 hours away from them. And Southern Sown and Grown is real close to all of us too. Let's see, Joy and Danny are awesome. Yes, they are. I'm gonna have to just scroll down some because I don't know how far away I am. Oh, Whispers from the Dark in the house. Hello, Whispers. Let's see. Surprises run both ways. Yeah, jet stars are hybrids. Yes, they are. And they do not, the seeds do not come back true. Oh, let's see. We had been planning that meetup for a few months. Let's see. They are awesome and shows my hometown. Let's see. Yes, that's what James told me. Arkansas travelers are delicious. Homestead tomatoes do great in the southern heat. Arkansas travelers, you say, for sauce tomatoes. Yeah. Yep, I think they do better than the regular paste tomatoes that you see, the Amish paste, and what's the other, the Roma. Yeah, Arkansas travelers do so much better than them. You have to give them a try, Drops. Yes, they do, Darren. I have 16 tomato plants in house ready to plant. I have about 12 in greenhouse and 4 planted. I'm giving a lot away. There you go. James knew that it was possible. Plus, we spent the day before talking about it. Love, my brother. Aww. I'm just growing Romas and, oh, yeah, there's the other one. San Marzanos and big beef tomatoes this year. Oh, and Jet Stars. Jet Stars make some pretty tomatoes. It's just, I try not to grow stuff that I can't get proper seeds from, you know. But a few years back, I don't know, maybe 4 years, 3-4 years ago, I grew Jet Stars. Just to try them out. Well, I grew them for a couple of years. I liked them. But that's my issue with them, you know, is that the seeds, and then if you're planting something else that you're wanting to save the seeds with, then there you go. You have the problem of planting the other ones. So now the seeds are not going to be right. According to Anne, she found out that morning the blueberry seeds was all duds. One I planted about 12. Do you still want the ones I have left? Wendy, blueberry seeds, they're really hard to get going. I watch all these videos of people growing blueberries from seeds, and they have 10 gazillion berries starting up, and I'm like, never once have I had a single blueberry come up from a seed. So go figure that one. I babied them suckers. I did everything, and just none of them came up. I've got Chadwick cherry tomato plants that are doing amazing. My grown tomatoes are much slower and smaller so far. Hope they catch up. Never heard of them. Oh, you know what I did? I messed up. I totally messed up. I always plant some cherry tomatoes. We call them Tommy Toes around here. I forgot to start some. Oh, and I don't want to buy any, because every time I buy them, they always end up blight or just do horribly bad from stores. Maybe we'll have some volunteers come up. Oh, goodness. You just reminded me of that. This is not an addict. That is eating lots of fresh tomatoes, lots of cherry tomatoes, and lots of tomatoes and sauce canned up. Oh, we love it. We've got tons and tons of tomato stuff canned up. Wow, they want $32 for 1 ounce of those Arkansas traveler seeds. Wow, where did you just look, Drops? I always get mine off of eBay. Where did you just look those up at? I can't remember the person's name that I get them from, but I always get them from eBay. I will never touch a worm with my bare hands. Don't say never. If the crap hits the fan, you may have to go fishing, Terry, by yourself. Then you will have no choice. Listen, I've tried all those fake bait things, the little rubbery things, look like all kinds of different stuff. I have never once caught a fish with any fake bait. Never. And I've tried a lot of them. I always outfish Mark with just a regular worm. And he says that that I outfish him because he's always having to put a new worm on my hook or take a fish off, which is not really true, because his pole is in the water the whole time that he's doing that. So if there were going to be a fish on it, there would be a fish on it. But this is what he does. He switches around. He'll go from real worms to this kind of bait to that kind of bait. And I say every time, that's why I always outfish you, is because you always put that fake stuff on there. You switch things around. You're wasting time, and they don't like that fake bait stuff. They want a worm. Space woman. Yes, I can and dehydrate all year. Oh, yeah, that's one of the things I was going to say, that we've been busy around here doing different things, and been canning stuff up also. Yo, Texas in the house. Yes, whispers from the dark. I'm going to check Amazon. No, check eBay. I've got space, Darren. They are all growing and healthy. Passing pina coladas around. If you like pina coladas. Oh. So I'm not getting one yet, but are grow bags worth getting? I do not own any grow bags, Michelle, so I can't actually say one way or another. But the prices are a little high, I think, on them. You can grow in just about anything. And so before I would spend that kind of money on a grow bag, I'm sure you probably somewhere around the house have some of those reusable shopping bags. And you know, you can get them all over the place for $1 a piece. Dollar Tree, some of the grocery stores have them for just $1. And if you just put 2 of them together, it'll make it a lot thicker. Throw some dirt in there, and you've got a grow bag for $2. So, you know, I see people grow stuff in them all the time. My thing is just the price on them. I think that they should not be the prices that they are for what they are, because you can literally grow in anything, even a 5-gallon bucket, you know, anything. I've seen people grow in Walmart bags that are free. So yeah, I'm a little funny about that. I don't get them because of the price of them. And that is the exact same reason why I don't have one of those grow stocks that everybody talks about. All the bigger channels and stuff, they have them, the little grow stock towers. Well, I thought, oh yes, you know, I would like one of those, and I would like one of those. And I go to the website and I look at the price and I say, heck no, I'm not paying that much money for a little plastic thing when I can grow stuff a lot cheaper around the house with things that I've already got. My bra strap is falling, y'all. Had to fix it. It's driving me nuts. So yeah, people do grow a lot of stuff in it. It's just one of those things. Now, when you grow in something like that, though, be prepared to water it a lot. In the area that you live in, you probably have to water it every day. So, you know, you kind of add that into it. Chris's Clever Craft in the house. Hey, Chris, haven't seen you for a while. Welcome in. Yeah, so, you know, that is something that you have to consider when you get stuff like that, is how much you're going to have to water it. Let's see. Jan, I'm sending you some. Oh, don't know what it said because it moved. Cherry tomatoes are good on volunteering. Yes, they are. So hopefully I'll get some. I should start my cherry tomatoes, come to think of it. Glad to remind you there, Drops. Plus, I'm not going to say no to a gift. Okay, blueberry tomatoes. Ah, blueberry tomatoes. Oh, I thought you meant blueberry plants. All right, good to know, good to know. Red pear tomatoes are perfect. Yeah, I'm funny about that. I like regular tomatoes. I don't like all that crazy tomato stuff. It's like carrots, different colored carrots. No. They're supposed to be orange. I want them orange. Oh, never grew them, girl. I got from Garden State Gardener. Oh, cherry tomatoes are good on. Yep, I live in West Spokane. Yep. Grew the yellow pear 2 years ago. I was still getting tomatoes in the middle of December. Oh, yeah, there you go. 5B zone. You missed the bite. Pretending you're like, no, he didn't there. I'm just a better fisher. Grew some lemon cucumbers last year. I didn't like them. Have you tried those vine peaches? They're supposed to taste kind of like a mango, but I never thought that they really tasted like a mango. I think they taste more like a cucumber than anything. Sure, if you want to. What's your email? I'll send you my address. Don't encourage her. Don't listen to Darren. Oh no. I love singing that song. But the Pina Colada song, I love that song. Again, you know, I didn't ever hear it until I was much older because, you know, different time. But I love it, and I sing it all the time. I'll be walking around the house, or if it starts raining, it's pouring the rain right now again. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. But I'll just start singing, getting caught in the rain. Yes, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Grocery store bags, same thing. They work great. See there, Jan said the same thing. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, why pay that much money when you can do it very cheap? You can do it. You can get one of those 50-pound feed bags for chickens and grow them. Yes. I gotta run. Say hi to everyone. We'll come back in. Okay, Wendy. Bye. People often spend. Oh, where'd it go? It was Chris. People often spend more money on their garden every year than they would at the grocery store on organic. Well, I don't know. I don't buy organic stuff at the grocery store because they cannot prove that it's actually organic. Yeah, they get the little tag thingy, but I think it was Danny at Deep South Homestead years ago was calling around asking, you know, well, the product says that it's organic, but was it harvested organic and was it processed organic? And no one could give him the answer. So it was taken to the same places that do everything else and worked up the exact same way as everything else. So I don't know. You know, like I say, I don't buy the organic stuff in the stores. For one, I think it's way overpriced. And so they say, you know, they put this big thing out, you know, well, they have to charge more for it because they don't use all the pesticides, so they don't get as big of a harvest. Well, that's not actually true. Because they did a big study on that, and they did the exact same things on the exact same size of land, and one used pesticides and the other one didn't, and they were pretty much equal with their harvest. So, you know, that kind of blew that out of the water, but not a lot of people do the research to find those studies and stuff. And I don't never put that stuff on my garden. I've put neem oil on it maybe twice in 12 years, you know. I put DE on it once or twice in the same amount of time. And I always get an abundance of stuff. So I just find that it's really overpriced and I'm not willing to actually pay that much money for something. I'm a little weird about that kind of stuff, Chris. So I'm like, I ain't paying that. We was in the store the other day. Little wanted some oatmeal. Now we've got tons of oatmeal around here, but he wanted the you know, the little oatmeal packets with the little fruit already in it. And I thought, well, you know, just something quick that he can just, you know, I can whip it up for him in no time flat and everything. And I told him, I said, okay, well, let's go down here and just see if they've got a box of it. And so they didn't have the cheap brand. They only had the name brand. And I looked at that price and I said, son, no, you can eat the oatmeal that we have at the house because I am not paying that price for those little oatmeal packs. So I'm just a little weird about that. I just refuse to pay that much money for something if I don't think that it should be that price. But yeah, so when it comes to the organic stuff, then we grow our own so that it would be organic. And yeah, we have put a lot of money into our garden with the landscape fabric and stuff. With the main garden there, we've probably got I don't know, probably $300-$400 into that garden, but that's the fencing, the T-posts, that's all of it. That's the staples, the landscape fabric, all of that stuff. But we've also used it. I think this is the 5th or 6th year of all of that being there. And so, you know, as you take that, you know, what is it? Other things would call it depreciation, you know, then things are not costing you as much. But yeah, people do spend a lot of money in their gardens, but you know, we have to for our own reasons in the spot where we live to be able to grow a successful garden and stuff. But we grow so much of it though, and we save our own seeds, and we can a ton of stuff. So I'm really not sure, how it would actually balance out, as far as it goes. Like, okay, y'all bought asparagus in the store. I mean, fresh asparagus. It's like highway robbery for asparagus. But you can get asparagus crowns dirt cheap. And yeah, it's going to take 2 years before you can actually, cut a lot off of it, because you're supposed to, they're 2-year crowns when you get them. And then once you plant them, then you should go easy on harvesting for 2 years. And then after that, they produce great and you can take a lot of it. But the crowns are so cheap, and just a few of them per person creates a ton of food. So yeah, it would be it's one of those things where it is much cheaper to grow it on your own than try to buy it in the store, especially if you love asparagus. People often spend more money. Okay, just read that. So I don't know. You could be very right on it. I could be very wrong. It's known to happen. I understand that you know where it came from, but I want to save money. Let's see. We have to buy bags here at the stores now, but they are really thick plastic bags, not like the cheap ones they give for free. Oh. Night, Wendy. Ooh. Okay, there I was. Let's see. Joe means well, giving out all them seeds. Yes, he does. Joe is a great guy. I can get more food from a seed pack for less money than I could get from the store. True. But he's talking about the grow bags, the soil, the pots, the nutrition, etc. Yes. Yeah, because those things are quite costly. But now if you've got like really good dirt, to where you don't really have to do much and you just do a normal garden, then yeah, it's most definitely cheaper. But we fancy pantses that need all kinds of conveniences and stuff like me won't go in the garden once the grass gets too high, so I just abandon it. So I need the weed barrier stuff in order to go out there, which costs money and makes it look all pretty and stuff, but that's my reason. And yeah, so I spend the money on it to be able to keep growing a garden. So yeah, I'm different people. They want raised beds, but they don't want to make them out of wood or something. So they buy the expensive stuff to it. And everybody has their own little fancies. My wife used to accuse me of the only reason I go fishing is to drink. I laugh. Can you hand me a beer? Yes, country girl, but oh yeah. Let's see. They don't sell the cloth bags. Let's see. Oh, with that stuff, I understand, but think of the amount of years you get out of it. Yeah. Not really. They passed some law against disposable bags here, so you have to buy them now to reuse. Something about, whoop, it moved. Sometimes things don't make sense. Oh, well, you are in Washington, Drops. What do you expect? I'm just saying you don't have to spend more. No, you don't. You don't really have to spend more. I mean, but it's just what people want. They're extras. They're extra little pretties or cool things like those grow towers. Yeah, I would like to have one, but I ain't buying one at that price. I mean, come on, it's just plastic. I ain't doing it. Oh goodness! You can take you can take one of the big PVCs and a heat gun, and you can do little holes in them and bend it down with a little pop bottle, a little 20-ounce pop bottle, and to make a little dip. And you can pound that baby into the ground or put it in a pot to make it stand up straight. And you can fill that thing with dirt, and you've got a grow tower that you can grow things in. And it's going to cost you like $20-$30 at most, right? If you've already got the heat gun, then it ain't even going to cost you that much. Does the same thing as those little grow towers. Now, I ain't getting on anybody who has one. If you have one, great. It just means that, you didn't mind paying for one. I'm a little cheap when it comes to stuff like that. I mind paying for one. Let's see. Especially with the cough thing going around. Didn't make sense. Yeah, make people bring in their own bags with it. Yeah. Like you talking about the $1 bags. That's a great idea. Yeah, see? Yeah. No, they charge 8 cents a bag. Whoops. Where did it go? 8 cents a bag. There you go. Yeah, like Aldi's. You can buy bags there. So some of them they're not very much money, I don't think. But you can buy a reusable bag and just take them with you. Then you don't have to. Eventually, it'd work out. 20 years later, I got my grocery bag money back. 20 years later, I just paid $279 for 11 cubic yards of green compost. Whew. Well, there's a place, not too close to us. It's called Winnie the Pooh. It's a compost place. And they will deliver for it's a dump truck bed full, and I'm not sure how many cubic feet or whatever it is, but it's like $700 or $800 though. It's like, sheesh, $700 or $800 for dirt. I have a lot better things to spend $700 or $800 on. I got a lot of cows, and I got a lot of hay. I don't have a lot of cows. I have 3. One of them is a baby. But they drop a lot of good compost. When you mix it with hay, you can grow a bunch of stuff in it. So, yeah. I'll save my $700 or $800. Make my own compost. Let's see. My neighbor across the highway own a wholesale compost business. They don't mind driving a truck out here and parking it at their house at night. Nice trucks. We have a huge project to do tomorrow, so I best get some sleep. It was great visiting with you. Have a good night, Jan. Thanks for coming in. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, it is because they only usually sell to commercial businesses. That's a win-win. Good night, Jen. Later, Jen. Good night, Jen. So long, farewell. I'm finding most people here are self-employed or retired. Nice community I live in. Oh, that's good. I got a good one there. You got a good one there, Drops. You got lucky. It was a dump truck load, yes. Mushrooms, cow poo bellow. You got that right. Yeah. Well, making compost is not that hard. It's kind of amazing to me that we have a fertilizer shortage going on when we have so many cow lots and big old chicken plants and stuff in the United States that the chickens, every 8 weeks, they are moved out. It's cleaned out. New stuff laid down, and new baby chicks come in. 8-week cycle. That is a ton of chicken crap right there to make some good compost out of, some good fertilizer out of. all those cows and those feedlots. How about instead of spraying it down into a big old man-made lake container thing, that you shovel that up and make compost out of it. Pig farming, same thing. You see these pig farming things on TV and stuff. The way that they do it, it drops down below. They clean it out. Next load of pigs come in. You blah blah blah. Where you putting all that stuff? That's a ton of crap right there to make what? So their lights are with. It's been cured. Oh, see, I got a 5-foot trailer tire full of nitrogen-rich chicken poo. There you go. It's been cured. Clean out the chicken stuff, set it aside for 6 months. I mean, the area already stinks because they got 10 gazillion chickens in a building with big fans blowing it. You hear people that live close to those places and they talk about the smell. So why not just pile it on up for 6 months and then send it to the farmers? You know? I tell my child, let's think things through and not just stop at what sounds good. Oh, let's just, wash all this cow poop down in a big old pond. But now farmers can't grow because we ain't got compost in the United States. We ain't got fertilizer in the United States. Now, ain't that a bunch of cow crap right there? Oh, goodness. I know 2 other people that raise chickens here, and 3 are beekeepers. We used to have bees. We have some pretty beehives all painted up in Winnie the Pooh and flowers and little bees on them. And our bees ran away from home. I was not a good beekeeper. I really don't know what happened. It might have been just the area that we put them in or whatever. I'm not sure. What I do know is they ran away from home and we didn't get bees again. I do want bees again though. But those chicken houses aren't the best, and those commercial animal farms have lots of issues. Yes, but when you put that compost in a big old pile and it heats up, it kills everything. So it kills everything out. So it wouldn't really be all that. I know 2 other people that raise chickens. Oh, I already read that. I have 3 compost tumblers. I tried to use them stage for compost. I got 2 for free and 1 for half price in Craigslist. I love Craigslist. I still go to Craigslist all the time for stuff. I do not do Facebook. I've had enough with them. I don't do it. So I don't go to Marketplace on there. And you hear everybody saying Marketplace, Marketplace. Please, everybody, for the love of God, also list it on Craigslist for us that refuse to do the whole fake book thing. Please list your stuff on sale on Craigslist also. Craigslist is a good place, so I like it. You just have to be careful. Well, it's the same thing with Facebook Marketplace. I mean, you still have to be careful with them too. Yeah, the only difference is you can go see their page. But I mean, if they've got it blocked and stuff, then you're not seeing much of anything anyways. You just see how long they've had it. Well, anybody can make a page for a long time, I would love to have bees. Best honey ever. I don't like the sourwood honey. Don't like it at all. But I love the rest honey. Just not the sour honey. Sourwood. What is sourwood? What is that from? It's that tree that locust? Is it from locust trees? The sourwood honey? If you know, let me know. Medications and hormones added into the process makes it not break down as it should. Antibiotics stop the correct bacteria. Oh. 2-year startup on bees. Cog Hill Farms gets lots of their stuff from Craigslist. Oh. They don't spray around here. I'm surrounded by a huge cattle farm ranch. I can see cattle out my back door. Sorry, it's getting late. Okay, sorry. Okay, y'all, I have been on here for 3 hours. 3 hours. Do you get that purple haze drops? All the stuff from feed lots is pretty bad. Drops on ranch, not so bad, but it gores on the land. It gores on the land. It just struck a funny bone, Chris. It is a little late. Was it 1 in the morning? Oh goodness. Ghost. It gores. It gores. Goes. Oh goodness. Well, y'all, it has been fun hanging out with you. Y'all crack me up. And y'all listen to my long rants and everything else. But I do need to get off of here. Mark has been up since 3 o'clock Friday morning. And he's probably crashed in the recliner out there. And so he needs to come in here and get in bed. I have some things that I have to do, and then I am going to spend a little bit of downtime watching The Walking Dead. Yes, the reruns. Once a year, I watch the entire season all over again. Can't help it. I like The Walking Dead. Anyways, y'all have a good night. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. I've enjoyed it. I hope you all have enjoyed it too. And come back and see us again. If you haven't watched the new video that was posted Friday, then go check it out. Alrighty, y'all. Make friends with everybody in the chat. If you haven't already, go check them out. Become friends and help support each other. Have a good one, everybody. Hoorah! And we love y'all. See you on the next one. And hey, come back and see us next Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye.